At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Week 4 episode of Frontier League Sports Live. I'm your host, Dylan Funk. We had another exciting week of action last week around the Frontier League, including our second overtime game in 3 weeks in our Frontier Sports Live Game of the Week in Spring Hill. And before we preview the matchups for Week 4, let's recap all the action you may have missed. We started the week with volleyball in Eudora on Tuesday night when they hosted the Spring Hill Broncos. Cardinals would take the first set before the Broncos would storm back and take the next 3 in a battle of league contenders. Sticking on the volleyball court, we go over to Lewisburg, where the Wildcats hosted the Bonner Springs Braves. Lewisburg would defend the home court well as they swept the Braves in 3 straight sets. And also on Tuesday, we had boys soccer in Paola between the Panthers and the Bulldogs. Baldwin continued their impressive 2024 campaign with an 8-0 win as they would spread the Panthers with 14 minutes left to play in the second half. Back to the pitch on Thursday in Eudora as they hosted Lewisburg. The Cards would put it away late with 2 goals in the second half and win the match 3-0. And to the action on Friday night, first in Baldwin City as the Bulldogs returned to Liston Stadium to host the Burlington Wildcats. A pair of rushing touchdowns from Alford and Frost wouldn't be enough as Burlington would score the go-ahead touchdown in the third quarter and hold on to win 20-14. Another close game in Lewisburg as the Wildcats hosted the Clay Center Tigers. Tied at 15 with 2 minutes to play in the ball game, Ashton Moore would give Lewisburg the lead with a 17-yard touchdown run. Wildcats moved to 3-0 with a 23-15 win. We had a high-scoring affair in Paola between the Panthers and the Cyclones. Paola saw a 20-point third-quarter lead evaporate as the Ottawa offense scored 3 touchdowns within 7 minutes in the fourth quarter to escape with the win, 41-37. The Tonganoxie Chieftains picked up their first win of the season at Lansing thanks to 2 first-quarter touchdown runs by Tanner Hand. Defense would seal the deal late, forcing a fumble on the potential game-winning play for Lansing at the goal line in the fourth quarter. Final score, Chieftains 14, Lions 13. And lastly, in our game of the week in Spring Hill, the Cardinals and Broncos needed overtime to decide a winner in this defensive battle. Patrick Stumpf put the Broncos on top in overtime with his second touchdown run of the game. Defense would stop the Cardinals on fourth down to win the game 13-7. And we look to have another classic on our hands in our Week 4 Frontier League Sports Live Game of the Week matchup between the Paola Panthers and the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Paola got off to a hot start against the Ottawa Cyclones, thanks in part to their defense forcing a pair of turnovers, including a pick-6 from J.D. Troutman in the first quarter. With a 20-point lead in the second half, the Panthers could not stop the Cyclone rally as they would drop a heartbreaker in the final minutes, 41-37. Now at 0-3 on the season, the Panthers look for a quick turnaround as they face a tough road test in Tonganoxie. All right, we're now joined by head coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Smith. Coach, thank you for the time today. How are we doing?
Thanks, doing well.
Awesome. Glad you can be with us. Let's get right into it. You guys faced one of the top teams in the league in Ottawa. You guys had it rolling. You scored on your first offensive drive that was set up by a big run by J.D. Troutman. And then you had the turnovers on defense as well, including that pick-6, also by J.D. Troutman. We'll get into more about his performance in a little bit. But just kind of take me through the week last week, your guys' prep. What was the game plan going into that game against Ottawa and the strategy?
Well, we knew we had to take care of the clock a little bit. They have they can really strike fast on offense. They have three really dynamic receivers, and they've got a really good quarterback, and so their offense is pretty dynamic. So we need to stay on offense as much as possible and keep the ball out of their hands. And we talked about trying to keep the ball away from number 4 Sims on the kickoff return, and we didn't end up doing that, which ended up coming back to biting us. But that was kind of the game plan, just try to get better from week 2 to week 3. And I think we got a little bit better at some things, and some other things we took some steps back. We also want to take care of the football. We were -5 coming into the turnover margin. We actually won the turnover margin 2-1 Friday against Ottawa, which was something that we kind of emphasized. If turnovers win the turnover battle, we did that. Lost a special teams battle, and they had a short field most of the night to work with. And give their kids and their coaching staff hats off to them. They were down 21 points. They kept just plugging away at us and found their opportunities to get it done.
Yeah, definitely one of the tougher teams in the league. Last time you and I spoke, it's been a couple of weeks now, but
Yeah.
that was coming off that opening week game at Fort Scott, where it looked like Jasper Logan was out for the second half of that game. Looks like he's back out there and he's playing healthy, and he had a pretty good game under center with a rushing and a passing touchdown and 190 yards of total offense on Friday. What have you liked most of what you've been seeing from him so far?
Well, he came back, cleared his protocol, and was able to come back. I missed the Lewisburg game, was able to come back at the beginning of last week on a Monday. So he got 4 days of prep in, and having him out there, having a senior leader out there is always helpful. And he's gotten most of the reps up to that point. So it was nice seeing him back out there on Friday night, homecoming weekend.
Yeah, look like you guys had a good crowd on him.
Yep.
And the same can be said, you just mentioned senior leadership. Same can be said for J.D. Troutman. Again, just shy of 200 rushing yards on the night, 2 touchdowns, 1 on defense, 1 on offense. And the way that he's been performing, and this is no surprise to anybody, but he just continues to get better and better. Seems like every single week, every single season. You got to be really, really pleased with the way JD's been playing in 2024.
Yeah, he's playing really well. Picked up, he's a 3-year starter for us, a returning starter on two-way starter last year, and continue that on. Now he's taking on some of the punting duties now. He's also our kicker. And so our hardest part is trying to find him a chance to get some breaks here and there during the game. So maybe we need to do a better job of finding ways we can get him a little bit more rest. Hopefully when the temperature changes a little bit, that'll help. But again, he's had a very good season this far.
I'm sure for JD, he loves being out there. He loves playing, wearing the black and gold out there. I'm sure he loves it every single chance that he can get. So again, in Ottawa, like we said, you guys got off to a good start. Later in the game, you're up 14, going into halftime, and you come out. You score on the first offensive drive you guys have, and you chew up a lot of clock. It was close to, well over half of that. I believe it was closer to about 8 minutes.
Yeah,
that put you guys up 3 scores. The turning point in that game, and you alluded to it just a little bit ago, was the kickoff return. And again, that was another point you brought up against Fort Scott, that you wanted to see the kickoff coverage get better. This game, definitely three big returns. One of them that put them in Panther territory, and then the one right after when you guys went up 3 scores, took it to the house for the touchdown to make it 34-21. What's the plan moving forward to try and improve on the kickoff return or the kickoff coverage moving forward this season?
Well, part of it is we have certain people that we don't want to kick to, and there were some mistakes made where people that shouldn't touch the ball did touch the ball. Also, when we practice it 3 times a week, kickoff return, and we set up pods they need to run to, and how to do that. We may try to do some different drills of how to get off that first wave block and get back into our lane a little better. And it seems like we're not breaking down very well. We're running past the ball a little bit, but we looked at it on film on Saturday with the kids, and uh, there's definitely room for improvement there. It's been not a very good unit for us this year.
In the fourth quarter, you guys still had that 37-21 lead, like we mentioned. The Ottawa offense, they ran off 3 touchdowns with just a little over 7 minutes in the fourth quarter. Like you mentioned, they are highly explosive. They got a great quarterback, great group of receivers out there as well, running back too, with Sylvie. From your perspective on the sideline, just kind of how did you see everything go down in that fourth quarter? It was just kind of one thing after another. And what was your message to your team afterwards?
Finish games. There was ample opportunities to finish games, and all we had to do was probably able to hold on the ball for a few more minutes there when we had the opportunity, and we turned it over right back to them. And playing on a short field, advantage to the offense, and that's what happened. We didn't make them drive the length of the field in any 3 of those drives, so we didn't make it very easy on ourselves.
Well, this is the good thing about this league is that you don't really have a lot of time to try to get caught up in a game from a week ago. You got to have a short-term memory, and you're getting right back out there, back on the road again for the second time this year. Tough road test at Tonganoxie, who picked up their first win of the season last week on the road at Lansing. What's your assessment of this Tonganoxie team, and that will be looking for their first league win this Friday, and how do you think your team matches up with theirs?
They're a really good 1-2 team. I mean, their record does not indicate how good they are. Took Lewisburg to overtime. We know Lewisburg's in some polls top 5 team in the state. Neck and neck with Spring Hill, and they beat Lansing, who just dropped down. Probably the biggest 4A school in enrollment in the state. Coach Troy does a great job. Their quarterback was a sophomore starter for him. Got hurt as a junior. Now he's back starting. They got a talented running back. They know their schemes well. They got the speed at wide receiver, number 5, and they got all the returning offensive and defensive linemen from last year, and that was a semifinalist team. They were 1 game from the state championship game. So tough place to play, Tonganoxie is, and so we're going to try to prepare and go up there for a road game.
Looking forward to it. We're going to be there on the coverage again. It's the Frontier League Sports Live game of the week. Panthers at Chieftains. You can catch the game live on Paola Sports Live on YouTube and, of course, our website, varsitysportslive.com. Head coach of the Paola Panthers, Mike Smith. Coach, thank you again for the time today. Best of luck on Friday, and we'll see you there.
Thanks, Dylan.
The Chieftains had their best all-around performance last week on the road at Lansing as they stole one in the Lions' den, 14-13. Now they return home to Beatty Field for a 2-game homestand as they host Paola and will look to win their first league matchup of the season. All right, we're now once again joined by head coach of the Tonganoxie Chieftains, Preston Troyer. Coach, good to see you again. 1-2 on the year, picking up the first win on the road last time on Friday. It's got to feel good, right?
Yeah, that's always, we talked about that. A lot different feeling being 1 point ahead as to 1 point behind. So glad to get the monkey off our back, and we're ready to just continue to get better.
Got a 2-game homestand coming up. Looking forward to covering it. I know there's always things to improve on as we get into our first question, but I think you guys probably played your best overall game of the year so far at Lansing. I think part of that was the passing game improving. It just looked like Talon was a lot more comfortable back there passing the ball. We saw him get involved in the short passing game, letting it fly as well. Was that something that was a point of emphasis maybe during the week, during practice of, hey, let's try to get the passing game going a little bit after it was a little bit lukewarm over the past couple of weeks before? Was that something that you guys were focused on going into this game against Lansing?
Oh yeah, for sure. Our line was banged up too, so we had 2 starters out on the offensive line. So we knew going in we were going to have to change it up a little bit. We got Jacob Marins in the game a lot more, put some more speed on the field, and yeah, just decided, hey, Talon, he's got a cannon, great baseball player. We know he's got a good arm. And so, hey, just let's sling it. And then let the pass set up the run. And that's kind of how we operated.
Yeah, you just kind of talked about it there, Jacob Moranz. I want to talk about him for a brief second. That looked like that was his breakout game for him on both sides of the ball. He had a couple of pass breakups, covering some really talented receivers that they have over in Atlanta, and like you mentioned on offense as well. He looked like a more confident player than he did just a few weeks ago on the road at Lewisburg when he made his first start. What are your expectations for him and his role on the team moving forward?
I mean, we knew he had it in him. He had to kind of, like I said, sometimes you got to gain that confidence and do it on Friday night. And I think that's what happened. I mean, I look for him to be, that was one of the best corner performances I've seen in a long time out of somebody. To be able to play like a receiver of that caliber and man was pretty impressive. And he was every time, by the end of the game, we knew he was going to be in the right spot. So I look for him to continue there. And then he's another deep threat offensively. So if you add him to Todd and Schmitty, that we should have a nice little attack. I think Holdhouse is going to keep developing and be another threat there. And so we have 4 guys that can stretch a defense. And so we need to make the proper steps. We need to be able to score in the second half and finish games. But I like where we're headed.
Yeah, and again, that scoreless in the second half, 2 weeks in a row now, 13 points total after halftime so far this season. Again, small sample size just through 3 weeks. What adjustments do you think need to be made to try to get that corrected moving forward?
I mean, I don't think it's any one thing. I think it's number one, just getting in better shape. Kids just deciding that we need to, be tougher in the second half. I think we've got a group that's played a lot, but they haven't had to play a lot both ways. They haven't had to be the guy. And I think it's just, they need to kind of step up and realize this is what we need from them. And they've got to come out and we've got to finish finish the second half. And we've got to, we had our opportunities. We were getting in there. We got 2 red zone trips and we just couldn't finish it. And so it's just, we got to get it in there.
And I go back to, believe it was, you scored the back-to-back touchdowns on the runs by Tanner Ham, 1 from 34, 1 from 51. You guys were at 14-0. You were driving again in the second quarter. There was a 4th and 8th play. On the broadcast, we both said we love the confidence that you showed in the offense of putting them back out there. Obviously, hindsight's always 20/20. No one's ever going to predict that you're going to have the pick 6 given up there. But just kind of take me through, what was your mindset on that 4th and 8 play, and then how it all developed?
Yeah, right now we got a young kicker, and so I wasn't going to put him in a position like that. So I was confident in Talon, and they had a good defensive end, and he made a good play. And wasn't something that like I feel like we forced or anything. It was just one of those unfortunate situations. Talon got hit on his blind side, didn't see it coming, and it just popped right to him. And those things happen. I can live with that. I think it's more the unforced errors that were frustrating. We had a few, fumbling on the 1 yard line, things like that, where we could have helped ourselves a little bit better.
And again, back to the depth you mentioned, without Gavin Rhodes, the junior lineman, and then TJ Leeper, the senior, on affecting both sides, not just on the offensive trenches and the defensive trenches. How impressed were you with the depth that was able to fill in that game? I know there were multiple guys that were coming in and out. It looked like there was Golba that filled in on that right guard spot on the offensive line, and there were a mix of players filling in on the defensive side as well. How pleased were you with the way that everyone in the trenches were able to deal with those 2 key pieces missing?
Yeah, I mean, I thought our offensive line, especially in the first half, played really well. It was Matt Nimchek and John Golba who stepped up on the offensive side of the ball. We honestly had a rotation of about 4 or 5 guys interior wise, and who was ever playing the best that time was going to go in, and then we just kept rotating bodies there. And so, hats off. The defense, honestly, all season has been playing phenomenal. They've been keeping us in games as our offense has been sputtering, and so. Hopefully if they can continue to do that and then we continue to take the strides on offense, I think we're in good shape.
Yeah, only 1 offensive touchdown allowed in that game against Lansing is the defense. We already mentioned the secondary played well between Owen Schmidt and Jacob Rand's multiple pass breakups. Todd Brown had an interception. This defense looks like they can really win you guys some championships this year, because people like to say defense wins championships. You got to be really, really pleased with what you're seeing with them so far.
Oh, yeah. I think a big part of it, too, you talk about the 2 corners, they played well, but our 2 safeties are cleaning everything up, Brady Martin and Todd Brown. So anytime, like if there is a mistake up front or they get popped through, those 2 are sitting there, and instead of a 30, 40-yard run or a touchdown, those 2 are running it down for a 10-yard gain. And so when you force teams to have to go 12, 15 play drives, you're going to be successful on defense.
So now you guys return home, back-to-back home games. You host Paola this Friday, Bonner Springs next Friday, but we're going to talk about the matchup with the Panthers. 1-2 on the year now. Are you guys looking to pick up that first league win still? You talk about getting the monkey off your back with the first win, now picking up that first win in league. Just give me your thoughts on this matchup with the Panthers and this squad that's led by Coach Mike Smith.
Yeah, we get a little change of everyone that we've kind of played so far. They've been heavy run, but they're doing it more out of spread formations and things of that nature, where now, you're going to see 2-back, you're going to see 3-back, you're going to see 2 and 3 tight ends. You're going to see a lot of different formations and just a physical downhill run game. And so we've got to, we know Paola well. We know, they've been running the same system for quite a few years, and we know it's going to be a physical, tough game. They're not going to give up much. Defensively, they're going to be stout in the run game, and we know that they're going to come with a lot of firepower on offense, ready to just run it down our throats. And so we've got to be ready. We've got to make that next jump, and be ready to play a physical football game.
Should be a great one. Again, it'll be this Friday night at Beatty Field at Tonganoxie High School. The game can be viewed on Tonganoxie Sports Live on YouTube. Coach, just any final messages to any Tonganoxie fans looking to come out to the game on Friday?
Nope, just come out and support and have a good time.
Well said. Coach, thank you again for your time today. Best of luck on Friday. We'll see you then.
Thanks.
It should be another great one this Friday night between the Panthers and the Chieftains. As always, you can view that matchup on YouTube at the Tonganoxie and Paola Sports Live YouTube channels, and as always at our website, varsitysportslive.com. Now let's take a look at the rest of the matchups we have going on here in Week 4 around our Varsity Sports Live network. We start the action Tuesday, September 24th. Baldwin on the road at Lewisburg. Boys soccer matchup and volleyball between Washburn Rule and Spring Hill. And then on Friday, we have our football matchups. Wellsville at Baldwin, Eudora at Ottawa, Bonner Springs at Lewisburg, Piper at Spring Hill, and our Frontier League Sports Live game of the week, the Paola Panthers take on the Tonganoxie Chieftains. And as always, all the matchups this week can be viewed over on our website, varsitysportslive.com. Be sure to subscribe to us here on the Varsity Sports Live YouTube channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode of Frontier League Sports Live. Like and comment down below and share this video with everybody you know. And we're going to be back with another episode next week in Week 5. I'm Dylan Funk. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time right here on Frontier League Sports Live.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Community-minded and community-strong. That's what you get at Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. Community National offers big city amenities with the personalization of a small-town bank. They make banking easy with a 24-hour on-site ATM and mobile app that allows you to bank from anywhere. They offer great options on loans, checking and savings accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. Stop by and let their friendly staff serve you at 231 North Main Street in Tonganoxie. Community National Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. Member FDIC.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. Where friends are found down every street. That's where you'll find us, taking time to get to know you, calling you by name, generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd.
This is your home for the Chieftains. Tonganoxie Sports Live. Tonganoxie Sports Live is presented by Kansas Insurance, locally owned and operated. Kansas Insurance agents have years of industry experience. Learn more at kansasins.com.
Bobcats showing pressure.
They're going to bring it. McGraw, pump fakes, wide open, Todd Brown, and he breaks it in. Back to Bruisman, avoids one rush, gets it up the middle, and he is in. Touchdown, Chieftains. There it is, finally. Scoreless no more. The header is good. Emery Weiser. 24-22, set point for Tonganoxie. Near side, Smoots gets the kill and closes out the first set, 25-22.
It's time for the Chieftains on your home for Tonganoxie High School Athletics. Tonganoxie Sports Live.
And you cannot ask for a more beautiful evening in Tonganoxie, Kansas. It's our Varsity Sports Live and Frontier League Sports Live Game of the Week tonight, live from Beatty Field in Tonganoxie High School as the Paola Panthers take on your Tonganoxie Chieftains on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Hello, everybody. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Dridden. This presentation of Chieftain Athletics tonight is brought to you by Kansas Insurance. They believe in taking time to issue personal care and attention to each individual client. To see how they can help you protect what matters most, give them a call at 913-369-6600 as we cruise along into the S&S Body pregame show. Get your ride back in the game. Learn more at their website or give them a call at 913-369-3193. Partner, what a night it is here tonight.
It's really nice to be back into the friendly confines of Beatty Stadium. Coming home for the Chieftains. Let's hope we can get a win against these Paola Panthers.
Yeah, back-to-back battles with the felines, if you will. Last week, stealing one in the Lions' den, 14-13. It was on the borderline of a must-win game, and it was also a get-right game for the Chieftains as they get their first win of the season. And now they get back to 500 tonight with the win tonight. Also looking to pick up win number one in Frontier League play, where they currently sit 0-2.
Yeah, you got to win your conference games if you want to have a chance, later on in the year. It means a lot. You have head-to-head combat, and that goes a long way for the tiebreakers. So need to especially hold serve at home.
Currently sit fifth in the conference standings right now through 3 weeks. Still some time to try to make some things happen. They're definitely going to need some help to try to climb back to the top. But one thing's for certain, Tongie's going to have to start winning, as are the Paola Panthers, currently 0-3 on the season right now. And they let one get away from last week against Ottawa. That's a matchup we're going to be breaking down a little bit later on. But it's just still a Paola Panther team that, even though they're 0-3, they might be one of the best 0-3 teams, or still winless teams in 4A and probably in the state of Kansas right now. So the Chieftains definitely need to bring their A game tonight.
Yeah, they have Paola has some really good athletes all over the field here. And, they started out 0-3, but they played 2 games without their starting quarterback, who was in concussion protocol. And, they fought the injury bug. They're all healthy now, and I tell you what, they're a much better team than their record reflects.
No doubt about it, as are the Chieftains, as you just heard Coach Mike Smith talk about there in our Frontier League Sports Live show that you guys just saw about 10-15 minutes ago right here on your home of the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live. So much more to get through here in our S&S Body pregame show. We're going to step aside. We're going to be breaking down this matchup tonight. We're going to look at last week's matchup for both the Panthers and the Chieftains. All of that and more coming up. But first, we're going to have our Wizard of Paws area matchups, and that'll be coming up after this break on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Make the landscape of your dreams a reality with a stop at Oak Creek Nursery and Landscape. Just 15 minutes outside of Tonganoxie, come explore their full nursery of plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. Learn from their certified specialists about proper seeding, watering, planting, lawn treatment, and so much more. Visit their website to enroll in classes, preview upcoming events, and request an estimate for your next project. Or give them a call at 913-351-5296. Oak Creek Nursery and Landscape, your one-stop shop for outdoor living.
Ridge Med Spa in Tonganoxie is more than a destination. It's an experience designed to redefine radiance and inspire success. Dr. Mark Peterson and Laura Snow facilitate and encourage both providers and clients to live life to the fullest by investing in themselves. Their new space offers services for medical weight loss, IV nutrition, laser hair removal, laser skin rejuvenation, hydrofacials, and Botox. Visit ridgemedspa.com to book your appointment today in Tonganoxie. Illuminate your beauty.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain game day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
Welcome back in here, the SNS Body pregame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It's now time to take a look at our Wizard of Paws area matchup. Tonganoxie's family-owned pet grooming salon with a combined 48 years of experience. Schedule your pet's appointment today at wizardofpawstongi.com. Action in the UKC. Topeka Seaman on the road taking on the Turner Golden Bears. Leavenworth Pioneers at Shawnee Heights taking on the Thunderbirds. Quite a drive from Leavenworth all the way to Shawnee Heights High School, and was it just outside Topeka, Kansas?
Yeah, it is. A little north of Topeka.
Quite a drive. Topeka West at Lansing. Lions coming off that 1-point loss, heartbreaking loss last week against the Chieftains. We're on that in just a little bit. Big one here, DeSoto Wildcats at the Basehor-Linwood Bobcats. Battle of two of the top teams in the conference right now. Chieftains have a road date coming up 2 weeks from now at Basehor-Linwood. And another one big here in Class 4 and 5A. Rockhurst Hocklitz at Bishop Miege. St. James Academy at Blue Valley taking on the Tigers. And the Atchison Phoenix at home tonight taking on the Casey Sumner Academy ball club there. And for our action inside league play, Baldwin back at home. They're taking on the Wellsville Eagles. Eudora Cardinals on the road at Ottawa. That should be another good one, a rematch from a playoff game a little over a year ago. Cardinals were there the week before the Chieftains went up to play, take up at Ottawa, so that should be a good one there. Bonner Springs at Lewisburg. Wildcats looking to keep that perfect record, and Spring Hill hosting the Piper Pirates, another Frontier League versus UKC matchup here in the week earlier in the season. And now let's get into our breakdown and recap of the matchup last week that you saw right here. Tonganoxie and Lansing, brought to you by the Tonganoxie Public Library. Download the Libby app or visit the library's website to learn more information. So we started in the first quarter. This is about the second drive for the Chieftains. Nice carry here by Tanner Hand, able to go through, break some tackles, shows off the speed, 34-yard touchdown. That is what he does so best. That speed and strength is unreal. Chieftain defense. Next play, Reed Oakley looking for somebody. McGuire and Smith were closing in. Ill-advised throw, and it's intercepted by Todd Brown for his first interception of the season. Just a couple of plays later, one of the best touchdown runs we had seen. Tanner Hand peeling off a defender, goes into a crowd, stiffs arms another, and just runs them all the way to the house. You could kiss him goodbye. 51-yard touchdown, and touchdown number 2 in the first quarter for number 22. That put the Chieftains up by 14. Meanwhile, Lansing would look to answer. Deep ball here. We saw him try this so often, but that Chieftains secondary. Nice play there by Owen Schmidt. You see him make up some ground on Allen as that one was put up in the air a little bit too long by Oakley. Still 14-0. Chieftains driving now in the second quarter as we're going to have a play here. Throw to the end zone on 3rd and 8. Incomplete. Confidence in the offense. They went for it on 4th and 8 here. Talon, pressure, hit from behind, and right into the hands of Jackson as he would take it all the way to the house. We talked about it on the broadcast, how we applauded how he had the confidence in the offense to stick out there on that 4th and 8. Absolute last thing you want to happen. But again, show the confidence in your quarterback. Let him fly. Gets it down the field, connecting with the receiver. Chieftains in the red zone again, on the doorstep of the goal line. This was goal to go at the 2. They handed off to Tanner Hand to go up 21-7, but a fumble. As you can see, their helmet plays perfectly right on the football, and the Lions were right there to pounce on top of it. 14-7 ball game still. They would take shots, and the Chieftain secondary would continue, and it was a breakout game for Jacob Marentz. He had many pass breakups, had a couple receptions on offense. They're going to fling it to the end zone again. This is 4th and 11. Would have had his first interception there, would Jacob, but nonetheless, he gets a stop. So we go to halftime. Lions come out in the second half. First offensive drive, they go right down the field. And on that run there for Pollard, he goes in to score. As you can see, they're using Owen Schmidt, rolls over the body, able to stretch out and into the end zone. Big extra point here, and this ended up being the difference in the game. Fire drill on the bad snap. They heave it to the end zone. Morenzi does snag that one, but that would keep it a 14-13 ball game. We had mentioned at that point that could be a pivotal moment. Boy, if we only knew, right?
Right.
Chieftain offense back out there, and again, another one to Morenz. Had to wait on it just a little bit, but nonetheless, Langford to Morenz as the Chieftains were able to flip the field. Talon want to pass again. Another 4th down play, and again, he looking for Morenz, just out of his reach. Tight coverage as well. Fourth quarter would kind of blow by a little bit. Both teams just kind of punt it back to each other. Chieftains, this was a 4th and 2 play. I know it says 3rd down and 4. Tried to convert it deep in Lions territory, could not get it. Lions would get the ball back. This is Andre Ellington, who had the big hit on Langford on the pick 6 earlier. He would fill in a big run there for the Lions as they look to spark some momentum. 4th and 6 play. Roll out to the left, looking to throw, and again, good defense by the Chieftains. 2:24 left to go in the ballgame. A chance to ice it out here. So it's 3rd down and 4. Chieftains get the conversion. Lions have no timeouts, but Talon Langford, not only does he not get the first down, he goes out of bounds. So that would stop the clock a minute, 26 seconds, and give some time for the Lions. So they get the ball back. Oakley, we've seen him throw this deep ball so many times, and finally he's going to connect with Mekhi Butler. More on him in just a minute. The Lions driving down again, and this was the big play here. A throw right at the goal line. Mekhi Butler, Jacob Morenz on the hit, knocks the ball loose at the goal line. You see Josie Eastis, the Tonganoxie athletic director there in the red hat, getting all excited. And it would be Chieftain football. They forced the stop. Dramatic flare at the end. Flags would fly. Many of them would fly. And the Chieftains would escape out of the Lions' den with a 1-point victory, 14-13. And arguably one of the best football games that you and I have ever covered here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Yeah, no question. It's unfortunate that it got so chippy and a little out of hand there at the end of the game. But, you know, we're talking about young men, and the emotions were running extremely high. They thought they had that game won, and the big fumble. And I believe, was that caused by Jacob Morenz too?
It was caused by Jacob Morenz.
I mean, he was all over the field last week.
Yeah, and that's what I asked Coach Schroyer in the show, is that really seemed to be the breakout game for him. And I also talked about how much just a growth and maturity from week 1 and that first start against Lewisburg. You could tell he was a little bit rattled. He was a little bit nervous. You could tell that was someone making their first career start at the varsity level, and he told me that, you know, they knew he had it in him. It was just a matter of him getting out there, getting the reps, and getting that confidence.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he did there last week. And they have some big plans for him moving forward, not only on defense but on offense as well.
Well, he's a good athlete, and he can go both ways for sure.
So we'll see what happens tonight. Just under 20 minutes to go here at Beatty Field. Before we get this one started, we'll step aside. More of the SNS Body pregame show coming up next here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to SNS Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. SNS has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Back here again on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan, and got a good one brewing our hand. It's our Frontier League Sports Live game of the week between the Paola Panthers and the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Paola 0-3, and the Chieftains 1-2 on the season. So we're getting ready for this one. It's now time for our player spotlight tonight, brought to you by Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. Partner, I'll let you take this away. What's a player that we're going to be keeping our eyes on? Let's start over on the Paola Panther side.
Well, I think you have to look to their quarterback, number 10, coming back after that concussion protocol. Let's see what he has in the tank, or see if he's got some rust on him. So I think that's going to be a big factor. And then always number 1. he's just amazing. He does everything.
That's J.D. Troutman.
Yeah, J.D. Troutman. Jasper Logan is the quarterback. And J.D. Troutman, he just about does it all. We saw him kicking 35-yard field goals. We just saw him kick a 50-yard punt. He's also a running back. He's just an all-around athlete, and he plays defense as well. So
nearly over 400 yards of total offense just through 3 weeks in the season. Like you mentioned, he'll punt, he'll kick. He had a pick 6 last week against Ottawa. He'll paint the back porch if you really ask him to. So, I mean, he's just an all-around tremendous athlete. And I was talking with Coach Smith. He said one of the things that they want to try to get better at is a way to kind of preserve him, actually, is to get him off the field a little bit. And I said, it's always a good idea to say that, but it's going to be really hard to tell J.D., the senior, hey, let take a couple of plays off. He's going to say no, sir, and he's going to get right back out there.
Yeah, this is his, this is his swan song. It's his senior year. You want to play as many snaps as you can.
And for the Chieftains, we give a player or two, or it could be. You always have a way of doing it. It could be a group. It can be. Whatever.
Well, I think we need to keep looking to quarterback.
Alan Langford.
Alan Langford.
There we go.
Sorry about that. I had a brain fart. Alan Langford needs to continue to develop and get better, because they've done a much better job running him over the last couple of games. He's picked up quite a few yards, but he's going to have to be a little more efficient on his passing so that they're not able to stack the box for the run against Tanner Hand.
Yeah, okay, and now let's start to get into that. So, again, 14-13 win on the road last night. Last week. Let's start with the positives of that game against Lansing. Passing game, much better.
Much better.
From Talon Langford. And again, these stats that I keep are not the official stats by any means, but I had Talon 9-13, 129 yards through the air. Through the first few weeks before that game, where we saw him complete well under 50% of his passes, and had an INT against Spring Hill that ended up leading the Broncos to seal the game. Had one against Lewisburg as well. He did have that one touchdown pass, though. It hasn't been as explosive through the air this year, had the Chieftains, as say to last year with Trevor McGraw, with that group that we had last year. But it was a good first step of realizing, hey, we don't have to take deep shots every single time. Let's get it down the line. Let's get it into the hands of our speedsters of Todd Brown, Owen Schmidt, Jacob Moranz, like we saw last week. And we still haven't even seen a really, breakout game from Elijah Holthouse, the young sophomore, in there, or Kendall Smith, who's just a tremendous athlete. We call his name all the time on defense. He's got the breakaway speed. He's big, strong, physical at that tight end position. We haven't even seen them get involved in this offense yet. So I think watching to see how that continues, they acknowledge that it was a good step. It was a point of emphasis also with the depth, or the lack of depth that they were having in the trenches last week, as you were missing 2 of your starting linemen, TJ Leeper and Gavin Rhodes. We saw Leeper is back out there. He looks like he's going to be good to go. Gavin, I didn't quite see if he was out there, if he was in street clothes, or if he was fully padded up. We'll wait and see until they run out of the tunnel. So he said it's day-to-day. It could be a game-time decision. We'll have to wait and see on that. But that was another thing of let's get the passing game going not focus so much on the run. Yeah,
and I think one of the things that we've seen Tonganoxie do is since the opponents have been stacking the box so much, they've been doing those little short out passes, which is basically an extension of the run game, so they can get away from that stacked box. So we've seen them do a better job of doing that, and that will also help your quarterback's confidence and raise his completion percentage.
And like you mentioned, lightening the box up a little bit for Tanner Hands. He continues to have a great season. Had a pair of rushing touchdowns last week. Now, the game that Ottawa and Paola had last week. For those that may not know, this was a game that with 8 minutes to go, a little over 8 minutes to go in that game, Paola had a 3-score lead in the fourth quarter of that. They gave up a big kickoff return touchdown, which that's something we're going to be talking about in this game. Paola has had tremendous trouble with covering on kickoffs and on punts this
special
season.
Teams.
So special teams have been a thorn in the side of the Panthers throughout the first 3 weeks of this season. We'll see if they corrected that. I know Coach Smith told me that was going to be a point of emphasis or practice. We're going to do some extra drills. We're going to try to get that corrected. So you go up 3 scores. They kick it off. They immediately get a touchdown run back on them. Another touchdown by Ottawa, a fumble by J.D. Troutman. It was just a lot of things had to go wrong, and a lot of things had to go right for the cycle. It was just one of those weird anomaly games where 9 out of 10 times Paola's getting the win out of there. It just didn't go their way. So they're coming in tonight 0-3.
Yep.
You imagine they're a little peed off a little bit.
Yep.
And they're going to be highly motivated to come into tonight looking to pick up that first win and also stun this Tonganoxie crowd and get that bad taste of there should have been a win last week and we could have back-to-back wins. Instead, now they're going to come in highly motivated. I'm anxious to see how the Panthers come out and start this one tonight.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. Tongi's going to get Paola's best shot. It's kind of like the Chiefs do every week. It's the other team's Super Bowl. So, I look for a fired-up Paola team tonight. I think a quick start for the Chieftains would be helpful. I'd like to see them be able to, if they do lose and get the ball, I hope they can score. But, I'd like to see them defer so they can get that second half reception.
As they normally prefer to
do. They do.
Anyways, we'll just see what happens there. Again, it's a lot's going to be happening. It's our Frontier League Sports Live Game of the Week. Be sure to be following along on social media platforms. That's over on Facebook, on YouTube, on X as well. We're going to be having a lot of reels and highlights posted throughout the game, and it's going to be a lot of fun as Frontier League Sports Live Game of the Week action has made its way to Beatty Field. You see the high school marching band getting ready to take the field, national anthem, and all that's going to be coming up soon. Players will be coming out onto the field, and all of a sudden it's going to be time for the coin toss and to get this one started. We're going to take a break. We'll have all of that and more coming up after this on your home of the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to SNS Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. SNS has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
Community-minded and community-strong. That's what you get at Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. Community National offers big city amenities with the personalization of a small-town bank. They make banking easy with a 24-hour on-site ATM and mobile app that allows you to bank from anywhere. They offer great options on loans, checking and savings accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. Stop by and let their friendly staff serve you at 231 North Main Street in Tonganoxie. Community National Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. Member FDIC.
Family-owned Wizard of Paws in downtown Tonganoxie offers personalized pet grooming, doggy daycare, dog obedience, and socialization classes. At Wizard of Paws, your pet will get one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they will return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Their facility offers amenities and space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make an appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawspet.com.
All right, marching band is wrapping up the national anthem. Players are going to be coming out on the field here in just a few moments. It's now time for our keys of the game, brought to you by First Security Bank, your locally owned community bank in Tonganoxie. Stop by and meet their friendly staff today at 415 Stone Creek Drive. First Security Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. I've heard you've come up with a couple of keys of the game you want to get off your chest before we get started.
Yeah, no question. One of the things we were talking about before the broadcast partner was that the Chieftains are going to have to do a much better job of being more efficient on third down. I mean, I think the stat that you gave me, they were 35% on the year, which is not good. And last week they were only 3 for 10, and that's just not going to get it. I mean, if you want to begin a winning streak. So, number one, you got to be more efficient on third down. Second thing that we noticed last week, it's kind of been a trend, is that when the Chieftains had third and short, we'd have a penalty that would bring it back and make it third and long. So that's also contributing to that, lower percentage on third down conversions. So those are the things they need to do. I think they need to play good defense, because Troutman, I was looking at him, he's a stud. So they're going to have to probably key on him.
Pretty much since you and I have been doing this at Tongi Sports Live, we've seen him grow from a freshman all the way. This is his senior year. This is it for him. So this is definitely going to be priority number 1, 2, and probably number 3. And there's more than just J.D. Troutman on this team. Like we talked about,
yeah, no question.
Jasper Logan, Xander Mining is great. They can get him out in space on offense. You have a couple of guys that were all-league honors last year as well on this team. So there is plenty of talent to go around on this Paola team. Currently, I'm scouring this sideline right now, trying to find number 54, Gavin Rhodes, to see if he is suited up for this one tonight. Because the good news is I don't see him in a jersey in street clothes, so something tells me that he's out here on this sideline somewhere. Like we mentioned, TJ Leeper, he is in the lineup tonight, so he is back, which is very positive to hear. So Chieftains get their starter back at left tackle and also on defense as well, as the Paola Panthers will now make their way onto the field.
Yeah, we really missed him last week, TJ.
So it looks like Kendall Smith, Mark Geiger, and Alex Stevens going to be the 3 captains tonight for the Chieftains. And we're just going to flash up, before we get started, the starting lineup graphic. Now, this is, when this graphic was made, this was the most up-to-date that we could get from Troyer. So, again, you see there the 2 big changes. TJ Leeper still in that lineup, but you see on offense it was John Golba that filled in at that right guard spot on offense, and it was Matthew Nimchek, the senior, that filled in and helped out where Gavin Rhodes could not play on defense. So, again, if Gavin is healthy, it's anticipated he's going to be back out there. Maybe we'll just see him focused on offense. You might still see a mix of Nimchek and Goba on defense, or you could see that mix of both of them getting in there and helping out. Yeah,
Gavin Rhodes is suited up.
Okay, so that's good. You found him first before I did. I owe you $5 now. That's good. It's good. Again, Starting Lab site brought to you by Forever Fencing, your locally owned and top-rated fencing company in the Midwest. Go online for your free estimate today at www.foreverfencingkc.com.
They do a great job on fencing, by the way.
Yes, they do. Good family. And Raymond Reynolds.
Oh, yeah, the Reynolds family, they're big supporters.
Big supporters and just great people,
yeah,
great family overall. And like you said, they make great fences while they're at it. So coin is in the air. Let's see what the official call is. Again, Chieftains did not win the toss last week as we saw them out on offense right away. As now we're going to have them flip sides of the fields, get the official verbiage from the official. So again, Paola winning the toss. They will defer. So again, back-to-back weeks, we're going to see this Chieftain offense out on the field first in action.
We're getting close to kickoff, partner.
Yes, we are. And again, could not ask for a more beautiful night here.
Yeah, I'll give you my weather
Let's
forecast.
do it. I've been waiting on it.
72 degrees at kickoff. There's about a 7-mile-an-hour breeze coming out of the northeast. Absolutely a gorgeous night. The breeze will have no effect on the game. No rain in the forecast. Going to be dropping down into the high 60s to mid 60s by the fourth quarter. So, absolutely gorgeous night for Friday Night Lights.
I don't think we have to worry about you and I sweating through our shirts tonight.
Oh, man.
Like we did at Atlanta. Kickoff was close to 90 degrees.
It was 90 degrees
in
at
that
kickoff.
one. Now we're talking low 70s, high 60s for this one tonight. Again, just an absolutely gorgeous night.
It's really nice.
Opening kickoff tonight brought to you by Lynch Real Estate, your hometown real estate company that will help you buy your next home and make your real estate dreams come true. Visit Dan Lynch and his team today in Tonganoxie. So again, it'll be J.D. Troutman that will tee it up for the Panthers as he's going to kick it away. It looks like Todd Brown and Tanner Hand are going to be back to receive. Brady Martin also drifting back there as well, as we might have three Chieftains ready to return this one.
Well, we've seen teams kind of do those pooch kicks, and so, they're kind of dropping two back into that zone. We'll see what Troutman's got a leg on him, so we'll see what happens here.
Got Alex Gardea back there too. Jason Byrne, number 7, a pair of seniors. Well, looks like over on the far side, you got Hunter Nyhart, number 11. And Paola looking for win number 1 of the year. Meanwhile, Chieftains looking to win back-to-back games to get back to 500 here in 2024. Both these teams were expected coming into this year to contend for a league title, and both of them here in the Week 4 mark are not exactly where they wanted to be or maybe thought they would be in the standings, but all you can do is try to focus one game at a time and go 1-0 as Troutman's going to put a charge into it, and it's a little worm burner. Over on that far side, there is Nyhart that will dive on top of it, just shy of the 35-yard line. Pretty good starting field position for the Chieftains as they trot out for their first offensive drive. In the Frontier League Sports Live Game of the Week, Chieftains were featured on this back in Week 1, that overtime loss at Lewisburg. We've had 2 overtime games in our 3 so far completed Frontier League Sports Live Game of the Week. So let's see what this one has to offer. That other one was last week, 13-7 overtime win, Spring Hill at home against Eudora. 2 to the near side as they're going to run it with Tanner Hand as he gets met right around the line of scrimmage, able to buzz his way forward and gets a few more. Second down upcoming.
Yeah, actually made a pretty decent gain on that. The long 3.
If those pipes on the PA system sound familiar, it's because it's a good friend of ours, Brendan Bolin, back from William Woods, returning home, taking over PA tonight here at Beatty Field.
Good to see Brendan.
Second down and 6, play action. Talon steps up in the pocket, looking for Todd Brown. Over the shoulder catch just a little bit too far and incomplete. Good coverage by Xander Mining on the throw. And again, 3rd down and 6 upcoming for the Chieftains, notoriously around 35% on the season so far in converting on 3rd downs.
Yeah, that's just not going to get it done.
And these are the kind of 3rd downs you don't want to find yourselves in. These 3rd
Right.
and mediums, 3rd and longs.
And they were in those all last week, especially in the second half.
And 2-by-1 to the near side, play action again. Langford with time, now going to roll out, avoids one, and he finds Todd Brown wide open at the 50-yard line, now trying to use some speed and break some tackles. Todd Brown inside the 20 and is taken out of bounds by J.D. Troutman inside the 15-yard line of Paola.
Wow, that was a nice throw, nice catch, and a better run.
But a flag on the play in the backfield. And it looks like this one's going to be coming back. It's going to be holding on the Chieftains.
See, that's what we talked about in the keys to the game. You know, last week on 3rd down they had penalty after penalty that brought it back and made it 3rd and long. That's not good.
That's a nearly 45-yard play wiped off the board on 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, that's a killer. Just what we didn't want to see happen. Now they're going to be behind the sticks on 3rd down.
Just a costly mistake there on the hold.
From a 1st down to 3rd and 15.
They have trips to the near side, and Holthouse, Brown, and that's Marenz also out there. Schmidt, the lone receiver, up on the top of your screen. See what the Chieftains want to do. They're going to pass it. Tanner staying in backfield to protect, and this one overthrown in the direction. Looked like he was looking for Jacob Marenz, and it was incomplete. Alexander Pincheco, the closest one to it, Paola.
Yeah, it's going to be a 3 and out. Boy, those penalties are killers.
Well, now we'll see the Tongi punt unit out for the first time, and the Chieftains on 3rd down do not convert, unfortunately, to that big holding penalty to bring them back. 2 back to return this one. Again, J.D. Troutman back there. He returns punts, too, and kickoff returns. I don't know if we mentioned that a little bit earlier, as Langford gets a lot of air under this one. End over end. It's going to take a bounce, and it's going to go backwards. A big Paola run. It's going to go all the way inside the 45-yard line of Tongi, and they will spot it at the 42.
Are they going to give the Panthers a short field on their first possession here? Well, let's see if the defense can bow their neck here.
So now we will see the senior quarterback Jasper Logan in this Paola offense asking Coach Troyer, how do you like your defense and how they match up? He said you're going to see a lot of formations, a lot of different packages out there. So sure, there was a lot of cram sessions this week for the defensive coaches and everyone to make sure we're all assignment sound for the Chieftains, make sure everybody is where they need to be on each and every play. And it's going to be a lot of heavy dose of number 1 in the running game, no doubt about it, as they're going to go under center here, and they're actually going to hand it off right away on the jet motion and taking it up. J.J. Crawford, also another one of the heavily featured pieces of this offense, as he takes it for about a pair up to the 40-yard line.
Yeah, a little misdirection there by the Paola team.
T.J. Leeper already in on the stop, like we've been mentioning so much about J.D. Troutman. Well, J.J. Crawford has something to say about that. Chieftains jumping off sides here. That's on McGuire, and he's going to come over to the bench. That has been another issue with the Chieftains. A little bit too eager on that defensive end position. And I love the coaching there from Coach Bond. You see him kind of walking over to McGuire, telling him, get dialed in a little bit, but also, you know, he loves that energy. He loves the excitement. You want to get out there. You just got to watch the ball. That's the only thing.
Now 2nd and short in Chieftain territory here.
Second penalty of the game on the Chieftains, 2nd down and 3. And here is Troutman with plenty of space and a sidestep. Got by Todd Brown. J.D. Troutman, first time he touches the ball for Pater. Touchdown Paola from 35 yards. And that is why he was such a big bulk of our pregame show coverage. He is so dynamic.
Yep.
Big hole opened up on that right side of the line. He breaks through that vicious sidestep to turn Todd Brown around, and that breakaway speed, you can kiss him goodbye. He's going to try to cap it off. 7 points, all thanks to number 1 for the Panthers in J.D. Troutman. Wasting very little time. 9 minutes, 48 seconds still to go in this opening quarter. Defense of Paola forces the 3 and out, and J.D. Troutman punches it in for the first score of the game. Panthers with the lead, 7-0, 30-second break coming up here on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
So you wanted some fireworks in this one. You didn't have to wait long. 2-play drive, both on the ground. A 2-yard run from J.J. Crawford and J.D. Troutman. The Killer Jays getting it done for the Panthers. 35-yard touchdown run by J.D. Troutman as he kicks this one off, settling under it and ready for the return. Here is Jacob Marins. Halted his momentum for a moment, able to get forward for a couple extra yards, and Chieftains will take over right around where they did the first time out on the opening possession. So, what have we learned so far early in this one is that penalties definitely killers.
They are. Yeah, it had, like you said, it was a 45-yard penalty. It ended up being, and it was from a first down to a 3rd and 15. You just, that's hard to do.
It was about a 45-yard play that was taken off the board for the Chieftains. A strike from Talon Langford to Todd Brown that set him up inside the red zone, and instead put him in 3rd and long, could not convert. Punt, a few plays later, Paola touchdown. They go down the line to Marins, makes contact and continues to chug along to that first down mark. There's a flag on the far side, and this was after the play was done. So something.
No, they're saying it's against the Chieftains.
I mean, that one came in.
Oh, sideline warning.
Okay, thank you for the clarification. So that a good chunk play there on first down. It could just bring up 2nd and a long 1 or a short 2. First catch of the night for Jacob Marins. Allen going to try to keep this one himself, trying to go to that far side, trying to spin back, and he's going to take a 1-yard loss here. A crowd of Panthers swallow him up and drive him backwards among the many in there. Number 65, Carson Martin, the junior.
Yeah, that play just took way too long to develop. Gave the Panthers a long time to pursuit of the ball. Now it's 3rd and short. Let's hope they can convert here.
So I'm going to say Talon just got back to the line of scrimmage, so no gain officially. Thought he might have lost a yard, so still 3rd down and 1.
Oh,
and the Panthers come across early, making the play in the backfield. Carson Martin, now he comes across early.
There we go.
And they're going to give him that first down free, are the Panthers.
The Panthers are pointing at the Chieftains saying they moved. It's going to be offsides on Paola.
So 4th total time that we've had at least a stoppage in the game with a flag on the ground. 3rd penalty that's actually counted. I feel like it's an extension of the Thursday night game last night, the Cowboys and Giants. Nonetheless, first down picked up for the Chieftains, free 5 yards, and that is how they get their first fresh set of downs here tonight right near midfield. On the ground with hand, good. Stop along the left side, and kind of looked like he might have slipped or lost his momentum right near midfield.
Yeah, that was kind of awkward. You don't really ever see Tanner do that.
Yeah. Still able to pick up a couple. Yeah, you don't see Tanner. Definitely not that hesitant. So something tells me he didn't quite have the spikes deep enough into the turf. Try to shift his momentum around. Now we're going to have an early timeout here called by Mike Smith and the Panthers. over on that far side. They want some time to try to talk about something here.
Early timeouts hurt the Lansing Lions last week, too, as they ran out of timeouts there in the second half.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So we'll see if that will also be a factor here this evening. While we have time, this presentation of Tonganoxie Sports Live this evening is presented by Kansas City, Kansas Community College, your local education partner. Whether you want to take classes in high school or after graduation, KCCC is in your backyard. Check out how college can help you at kckcc.edu. Kansas City, Kansas Community College, the official higher education partner of Tonganoxie.
You know, they
Sports
also
Live.
offer a lot of adult classes, too, so
I do.
Might check that out. Yeah, they do.
They do.
In the evenings.
Two timeouts remaining for the Panthers. They burned their first one there. 2nd and 8 at the 49-yard line for the Chieftains. Looking to get in Paola territory for the first time this evening. And they'll stick it on the ground again. Brady Martin on that left side and is not going to get anywhere. Jasper Logan in on the stop. Chavez Neely in there as well for the Panthers. And Midic has gotten to the line of scrimmage. And another long third down.
Yeah. Looked like he should have taken that inside.
Yeah, Pachenko in there as well for the Panthers. 3rd down and 8. Chieftains 0 for 1 so far tonight and have struggled on this mightily early in the 2024 season. 2x2 receivers set. Martin in the backfield. Langford fakes to give, throws a beeline and completes it inside the 40-yard line. That time he finds Tanner Brown, and this time, Todd Brown, I should say, and this time it will stand for a Chieftain first down.
Yeah, it's that same play they ran that was called back. I think that I'd do that until they covered it. And there wasn't anybody within 5 yards of him in any direction.
A good strike there. They now move it over to the Paola 40-yard line. 1st and 10. Fake to give to Martin. Langford, plenty of time. Now pressure closing in. Gets rid of it late and just throws it away. Incomplete. That was Neely again that was closing in on Langford as he was trying to wait for something to open downfield, and it couldn't quite develop.
But it's good to see Talent throw that thing away instead of trying to force it, which cost a couple of interceptions early in the year here.
That's it. Yep.
So he's listening to his coaches.
Telling him that you don't have to be Superman every single play. Just
for sure
live to see the next down. Don't force an interception or anything like that. So 2nd and 10 off the incompletion. They run it. And again, Brady Martin this time head of steam, able to bowl over a couple of Panther defenders. J.D. Troutman and others in on the stop. And this is going to bring up a more manageable 3rd down.
Yeah, much more manageable.
Good gain of 8 on the ground by Brady.
Yeah.
We've seen him from time to time as now he's going to come off the field. Hand's going to go back in the backfield. We've seen him just a couple of times come on. Basically the role that Tanner Hand had last season for Colton Brusman. If he needs a breather, we see Brady Martin in there. Does his job there. On 2nd and 10, he picks up 8 to set up a 3rd down and 2 for the Chieftains, getting closer to the Paola 30. Tight formation on this left side for the Chieftains. Let's see if they try to run it that way, and they will. Tanner Hand. And right near the stick, and I think they might mark him just shy.
Yeah.
It's going to bring him about 4th and inches.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a little short. Yeah. Yeah, 4th and less than a 1, really. Yeah, you got to figure the Chieftains are going for this.
No doubt about it. Coming up 5.5 to go in the first. Paola trying to make their defensive substitutions out, trying to get set. 4 in the backfield for the Chieftains. Here's that student body formation you've so ironically claimed this season.
Student body right.
And they're going to go right, and it's Talon Langford with plenty of space. They're holding up the hands, and it is a touchdown for the Chieftains, 31 yards. All green grass on that right side for Talon Langford.
Yeah, good contained by that offensive line on the right-hand side. I'm telling you, that was wide open.
That edge was sealed off perfectly.
Yes, it was.
By the Chieftains, doing a great job.
Yeah, you got to
get
give
right
those
side. Tucker McGuire in there, Gavin Rhodes.
Yeah, Got to give those big guys some love when you can.
No doubt about it. And it looked like it was an option play, too, so Talon had the choice. If he wanted to hand it off, I imagine his eyes had to be so big, seeing all that space and saying, this is my time now to get a rushing touchdown in on the year, first of the season.
Yeah.
Todd Brown knew it was a touchdown before he even turned the corner.
Yeah.
His hands just went straight up to the heavens.
Yeah, we've seen Tongi have some success with that student body backfield.
8-play drive paying off with a touchdown of 31 yards on the ground by Talon Langford. Extra point looked to be good by Cody Lobb.
I think there was a flag, wasn't there?
Yeah, there is a flag over on that far side. Chieftains indicating they just want to decline it. It was offside on Paola.
Retry. Just take the point.
Well, so.
I guess they have to retry it. I don't know.
I was thinking for certain that they would decline it and just take it on the ensuing kickoff, but
Yes, that's not the case.
let's move it a little bit closer for the freshman Cody Lobb. Again, we talked about the importance of an extra point and how it can go away in deciding a game last week. So back to a 6-7 ball game, and Cody brings us back to 7-all. No pressure, freshman. Go back out there, kick an extra point again.
Yeah.
We know you did it once. We're going to move you a little closer. Try it again. 7-all.
They declined it, so it was the same spot.
So there you go. Not a bad answer for the Chieftains coming out there and giving up the touchdown. It's just 2 plays by the Panthers. So they come out 9 plays officially on that drive, chewing up some good clock as well. 5 minutes, 14 seconds to go in this first quarter. And looks like once again in our Frontier League Sports Live game of the week, we might have another close one as we're tied at 7.
That's great.
And we've had a good crowd on hand here tonight. Plenty of people coming in to support the Chieftains tonight. Of course, the fire department's out. We always try to get a shot of the fire department.
Oh, yeah.
We can always talk about, and you can see the flag. That's a really big flag to try to get any movement on it, but it is at almost a complete standstill. There's no wind here tonight. It is a beautiful evening in Tonganoxie. We're probably getting close to 68, 69 degrees outside. Getting so close to hoodie weather. I'm waiting for it. I was tempted. I almost busted out the quarter zip today, but I was like, maybe next week. It's not quite that cool yet.
Oh, it's just been absolutely gorgeous. My granddad used to call this Indian summer.
All right. So Lobb will tee it off again. Chieftains answer the Paola score earlier in this first quarter. Tied the ball game up at 7. Pooch kick here.
Yeah.
And fair catch is called for wisely by Brody Lotto for the Panthers, as they'll take over inside their own 30-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think the Chieftains want to kick it to Troutman.
Yeah. And that was something last week, as we mentioned that Paola has had trouble with special team coverage, kickoff coverage this season. And they mentioned last week that there was a couple of guys, number 4 Sims for Ottawa was one of them, that they did not want him to get the ball whatsoever. And there were a couple of mistakes where he ended up getting the ball, and he had that big touchdown return that made it from a 3-possession game to a 2-possession game late in that fourth quarter, and was a big part of Ottawa coming back to win that one and steal it on the road. I'm sure the Chieftains executing by the same philosophy, keeping it away from J.D. Troutman. Now where Jasper Logan's going to just run this one, avoiding early Chieftain tacklers, loses his helmet as Todd Brown, Cale Dye, and company come in and clean it off. Lost his lid a couple of times in the game last week against the Cyclones, and he loses it early here. Was able to run away from the first would-be tacklers for the Chieftains. Good, strong running from the senior quarterback. And you want to be careful with things. Like you mentioned in week 1, he played the first half, wasn't able to play the second half, was in concussion protocol. He missed the following week game against Lewisburg at home. Nearly led his team to the win last week, as he's going to be on the sideline right now with the lid coming off. Let's see, going under center. This looks like could be Jace Curley under center. They're just going to hand it off. Not a bad idea to J.D. Troutman as he shoulders his way nearly to a first down, and they're going to say he got there, as they're going to move the chains as Paola picks up the first down without their senior quarterback on the field.
Does he have his helmet off? No, here he comes.
Here he comes.
He's back in there.
First and 10 Panthers from their own 45.
And another guy, and Jasper Logan, going to be really hard to keep him off the field if you're Paola. He fakes to give here, and here he goes again. Jasper Logan into Chieftain territory, brought down by Cale Dye as he takes it to the Chieftain 49-yard line. And this is what Coach Mike Smith really loves to do. He runs this multi-option offense where you really got to put a lot of trust in your quarterback to make the right reads and the right decisions out there on the field in real time. And he has all the trust in the world in Jasper. So they get a look at what the Chieftains lining up in. Now looking over to the sideline, getting the signals from the rest of the Paola staff. Now they get their new play call in. Let's see what they do with it. Play action, roll out to the right side. Logan keeping his eyes downfield. More green grass, another first down picked up. Needed 4, got about 6. And the Paola offense has it churning again.
Might be into one of those old-fashioned shootouts, partner.
Could be. I have no objection to that whatsoever.
No. It's a lot of fun. Officials timeout. Yeah, having a hard time getting the chains moved for some reason.
Yeah. Clock stop. 2 minutes, 47 seconds. I almost feel like we should be in the second quarter by now. So they're actually going to add time on here as they didn't get it stopped in time to get the chains reset. So a little over 3 minutes going to be put back on the clock here, tied in a 7-7 ball game.
Well, they're having a hard time getting the correct time on the scoreboard now. Should be 3:03.
I have to pop you over next door and see if you can get this train running here.
No, I'm challenged when it comes to that kind of thing.
Number 762, 7ADT. If this is your car.
And waiting for it. 3:03. There we go.
Well, it's kind of different looking. I hope that's not a problem. It's 0-3-0-3 now. Okay.
All right, here we go. Panthers will take it again and again. Jasper Logan on the ground, wrapped up around the waist and brought down. Penalty flag comes in. Cale Dye, the one in on stop for Tonganoxie. Well, let's check out this penalty flag. Indication looks like this could be against the Panthers, would be their second penalty of the game.
Well, the Chieftains get a nice penalty there against the Panthers.
Back him up 10 yards, 1st and 10, becomes 1st and 20. And back over on their own side of the field as the Panthers are going to huddle up here, get this play call.
1st and 20 from their own 47.
Jasper gets the snap, roll out again. First pass attempt is a completion to the Chieftain 45. Owen Schmidt slings him out of bounds shortly after. Almost getting back to the original first down mark, the original line of scrimmage for Paola, as that one's complete to Jace Curley.
It's going to be 2nd and 12.
It brings up 2nd down and 12, Panthers. From the Chieftain 45.
And coming to the line again. This is exactly what the Panthers want to do here. And still, looked like there was still a bit of confusion there. Now they have it set. Another play pass coming. This one up in the air, and it's intercepted by Brady Martin. Tipped up in the air by the Chieftain defense, and Brady Martin, the beneficiary of it.
Oh, wow.
And that's how we get our first turnover of the game. Clock stop, 2 minutes, 22 seconds, and the Chieftain defense gets the stop.
Yeah, that was a nice interception there. Who got their hand on that ball?
I didn't quite see it in real time. Maybe Tanner Hand. Saw he was close in there. take a peek on there, try to find out. But a big one there for the Chieftains and for Brady Martin as their offense is right back out there, ready to get back to work. 1st and 10 on the Paola side of the 50-yard line, and they're going to keep it on the ground. Tanner Hand, there's the quick shiftiness there. Good, solid run. And a big chunk on 1st down.
Brought down by number 3, Chavez Jones. Chavez Neely. Gain of 7 brings up 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, nice gain on the 1st down there by Tanner.
That was just the 2nd pass attempt on the night for Jasper Logan on that INT for Brady Martin. 2-by-1 set, Hand in the backfield, quick throw down the line near side to Todd Brown. Picks up the 1st down, uses his speed, gets close to the 30-yard line before he's escorted out of bounds. Looks like the marking on the first side definitely picked up the 1st down, and they're going to say that he got 6 as he takes it to the Panther 32.
Yeah, we talked about that, the keys of the game, partner, where the Chieftains have they put in that quick out pass. It's just really an extension of the running game, and they've been able to pick up good yardage with it.
From the Panther 33.
Another 1st and 10 play, another run for Tanner Hannon, another big run.
Big hole that time.
As Tanner takes it close to the 15. And how this game can turn around so quickly. We might see this Chieftain offense go up tempo.
Looks like they are.
Another big run there for Tanner. Feed the beast. Left side. Moving around inside the 5-yard line. He'll go this time.
They'll bring up 1st and goal.
Goal to go now. Again, left side. Chieftains have it working. Tanner Hand trying to stay on his feet. Backpedals in. Touchdown, Tonganoxie.
Yeah, big shout out to Gavin Rhodes right there. He got behind him and pushed him into the end zone. Gavin gets an assist on that touchdown.
No doubt about it. I feel like every lineman getting an assist on the touchdown run, but on that left side especially, TJ Leeper and company sealing the edges. Tanner Hand, good job showing the power in the legs to run through some contact, and just like that, after being down 7-0, Chieftains already in the lead, looking to go up by a score. Extra point from Lob is good.
Well, that's if you're the Chieftains and you get that turnover, you got to make it hurt, and they just did that. So good sign for the Chieftains.
A perfect formula for success: defense turning into offense. That's exactly what the Chieftains did there. The interception on the tip drill by Brady Martin leads to a 5-yard touchdown run for Tanner Hand that put the Chieftains up 14-7.
Ridge Med Spa in Tonganoxie is more than a destination. It's an experience designed to redefine radiance and inspire success. Dr. Mark Peterson and Laura Snow facilitate and encourage both providers and clients to live life to the fullest by investing in themselves. Their new space offers services for medical weight loss, IV nutrition, laser hair removal, laser skin rejuvenation, hydrofacials, and Botox. Visit ridgemedspa.com to book your appointment today in Tonganoxie. Illuminate your beauty.
I can tell. Do you like the new bumper music this year?
Yeah, I do.
I see you kind of groove a little bit over there. I love it. Love it. We're having a great time here tonight. Beatty Field is the site, our Frontier League Sports Live game of the week here in Week 4 between the Panthers and the Chieftains. We just saw a 5-yard touchdown run by Tanner Hand that was set off by the defensive interception from the Chieftains. That was taken in by Brady Martin. 1 minute, 8 seconds still to go in this first quarter. I feel like we have played about a quarter and a half already. I don't know why, though, because it's only 7:30. So
a lot of action.
I don't know what it is. Yeah, we've seen a lot. Lob will tee this one up. Chieftains scored both their touchdowns last week in the first half as well in the first quarter, a pair of rushing touchdowns.
A little deeper kick this time.
Yeah, on that far side, J.D. Troutman, he's wrapped up almost immediately and taken down. Good job on the kickoff coverage team by the Chieftains, able to rally around him. So you had mentioned a couple of things in your keys to the game early in this one. We saw the way it started for the Chieftains. You go basically 3 and out off that penalty.
Yeah.
2 plays later, you give up the long touchdown run for J.D. Troutman, 35 yards, and it's not looking very good for the home crowd. Now all of a sudden it's a 14-7 ball game. What have you liked so far? What have you been seeing?
Well, the momentum obviously switched on that turnover, and the Paola Panthers picked up a big penalty, a holding penalty that really stalled that last drive for them. That ended up they had to throw the ball, which turned into an interception.
They're going to keep it on the ground. A power toss to the left side. J.D. Troutman.
And he's a load.
Yes, he is. Able to shove him out of bounds. Let's see where they officially mark him at. You got
looks like about 7.
Definitely a good chunk, yep.
Yeah,
So on second and 3 up.
Yeah,
up
maybe
coming.
6.
Yeah, we'll call it 6. Only the 3rd carry in the game so far for JD. 3 carries with right now 47 yards and a touchdown.
Somebody's having some difficulty there. He must have went out of bounds. That's what stopped the clock.
Yeah. It definitely looked like he was able to scamper his way out of bounds on that far side. Or at least the Chieftains really didn't give him much of an option. They were taking him out of bounds one way or another. Second
Off
down
tackle play.
Another first down run for J.D. Troutman. He's driven backwards, but still forward progress will give him a few yards past the first down marker.
That quick hitter off right tackle there it's been pretty effective.
Result of the play is good enough for a Panther first down.
Been working well so far as time will continue to run. It's right in sync with the play clock. So Paola, they don't have to run another play before the start of the second quarter. And by
Boy, it's really close though.
Yeah, I mean it's a second, maybe a half a second. But still enough. They're just going to walk it over to the sidelines, and a action-packed first quarter will come to an end here at Beatty Field with the Chieftains up by a touchdown, 14-7 over the Paola Panthers. 1 down, 3 to go here live outside of Tonganoxie High School. You're watching the Frontier League Sports Live Game of the Week on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Hi, do you offer insurance bundling?
Enter authentication code to start transaction.
Where would I get the code?
Please enter code.
Okay. Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
Wrong.
Let's talk about bundling and see if there are other ways for you to save with a super check.
That sounds great.
Here, take a look.
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
First State Bank and Trust is with you wherever you are with complete online banking. Cheering on the Chieftains once again? Why not pay your bills online? Waiting on your kiddos to get out of school? Seems like a good time to make a transfer. Or how about making a deposit from here? Back in the gym for another night? Why not get an e-statement while you cheer on Tongi? And of course, at First State Bank and Trust, you can always bank from right here. Come on in and see us and get your very own Chieftain card. To learn more about all the great ways to bank with First State Bank and Trust, go to firststateks.com.
Start of the second quarter here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. As always, Dylan Funk alongside my broadcast partner, Dennis Drennan. Good one so far. Chieftains on top 14-7 as we get things started in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Panthers, looking to get into Chieftain territory. So they're going to hand it off right side. J.D. Troutman getting close to midfield. I think the thing that impresses me the most about him is that he's kind of he has the best of both worlds with running backs of how he can have so much momentum built forward and he could just run through a couple of people, but he also has the quick shiftiness as well to get around, and that was highlighted on that touchdown run earlier on that jab step and able to get around Todd Brown and run it for that 35-yard touchdown run. J.D. Troutman, I know we've talked a lot about him, but I think you folks at home, you could really start to see why. He is a key piece for this Panther team.
Yeah, you don't see running backs stick their hand in the turf very often anymore either.
A throw by Jasper goes incomplete. 3rd down and 7 upcoming here for the Panthers. Haven't had any problems on any 3rd downs yet. They just haven't faced many so far tonight. So this is going to be their really first true test. 3rd down and long at their own 49-yard line. Back-to-back incompletions now for Jasper Logan. The one before, of course, being the interception that set up the second Chieftain touchdown of the ballgame. Logan calls for the snap, rolls out, gets rid of it quickly, past the 1st down marker, but was it incomplete?
Looked like he trapped it.
That's what they're going to indicate, incomplete.
And let's see what Panthers choose to do here. Looks like they're going to go into punt formation with Troutman, but hold your breath, folks.
Back in punt formation for the Panthers, number 1, J.D. Troutman. And back to return for the Chieftains.
So after the opening drive touchdown on 2 plays, the Panthers have gone out with an interception and now what appears to be a punt on 4th down and 7. And Chieftain defense bowed their neck, not even letting them on their side of the 50-yard line. Low snap, JD collects it off his shoestrings and kicks it down and away. The return setting up here, Owen Schmidt for the Chieftains makes one man miss and is brought down at the 35-yard line. Chavez Nelly and others on the stop for Paola. A little over 11 minutes to go right now. As again, this presentation of Chieftain Athletics tonight is brought to you by Crookham Construction in Tonganoxie, performing a wide variety of concrete construction and special project services throughout the area. They're hardworking people with small-town family values. Find more information at crookhamconstruction.com. 4th drive on offense tonight for the Chieftains. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 at the top. That's Owen Schmidt. And it's in the backfield following his pulling blockers is Tanner Hand, who eventually is wrapped up on the second effort by J.D. Troutman, but still a solid pickup. A little over 5 yards on 1st down carry for Tanner.
Yeah, we've been talking about Troutman, but I tell you what, Tanner Hand has unbelievable speed if he gets in the open field. You know, he is a sprinter on the track team, and we hardly ever see him go down on first contact.
You know, and we're really blessed here next because we're watching 2 of the best running backs undoubtedly in the league and in 4A going at it tonight.
No question about it.
2nd and 5, almost looks like the exact same play they ran, except this time Paola able to get to him a little bit earlier, pulling him down.
Yeah, you're starting to see those defensive backs creeping up into the box.
It was Reichert Cole that was able to fight off the block and bring Tanner down right around the shoulder pads, as he maybe just picks up a half yard to make it 3rd down and 4. Chieftains 1 for 2 on 3rd down so far tonight.
Got the full backfield now.
And again, Talon scored on this play earlier. Takes a shot from Troutman as he gets right to the sticks, and he picks up the 1st down. Needed 4, got 5.
I really like that full backfield.
Brought down by number 25, Maximus Jones.
You got 3 running backs and the quarterback who can run back there. You just don't know who's going to get the ball.
Well, we've seen the Chieftains do that many times in the past, too. It was with the Wildcat package. Most recently, I always go back to when we watched Sam Clydesty, and he would do it, and they'd just put 2 or 3 guys in the backfield, attach a tight end or 2 on one side, and they would just run it to that heavy side. They're going to air it out this time, looking for Todd Brown, and just out of his reach, but a penalty flag will come in.
Yeah, he tackled him.
Definitely had Xander Mining beat on that one. That's going to be a free 15 for the Chieftains.
Yeah, if Mining hadn't tackled him there, I think he would have probably taken that to the house.
Again, not a spot foul here, just 15 yards. But the Chieftains will take them nonetheless.
That's another big penalty against the Panthers.
That's first-team All-League wide receiver last year, and Todd Brown is 23-year, really spectacular, of over 600 yards. He had 4 touchdowns. He had a big start to the year, and we saw him in the second half. He kind of struggled with some drops a little bit here and there, and they continued with him throughout the summer and through early parts of the season to continue to build his confidence. As another great run here by Tanner Hand, just shifting his way through, making a couple of men miss. So he picks up another good carry there. Brady Martin comes into the game. They're going to give Tanner a breather for the time being.
He's earned it.
Yes, he has. Good gain of 7 that time for Tanner. Last 7 carries for Tanner, 7 yards, 13 yards, 8 yards. Back-to-back 5-yard carries, including that touchdown run, and 1, and then that one for 7. They're going to go back to Brady Martin, who's got some room as he picks up the first down, continues to churn the legs, and is slung around out of bounds. And definitely wise decision by J.J. Crawford just to let him go there as you bring him down to the turf. Undoubtedly would have been another 15 yards given to the Chieftains, but another good run.
Well, cooler heads prevailed there, so that's a good thing.
Anybody hurt in that accident?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
we're good.
Sometimes you just have to battle with your monitor throughout broadcast. Good run there by Brady, 1st and 10. They give it right back to him.
No, there's a flag.
The Panthers trying to strip the ball there and then trying to bring Brady down to the turf. Flag does come in. We've had plenty of those so far this game.
Yeah.
This is going to be penalty number 6 in this game. 3 have gone to the Panthers, 2 so far to the Chieftains. And this one's going to be against Tonganoxie.
Yeah, that's not good.
Second holding penalty called tonight on the Chieftains.
That'll bring up a 1st and 20. Wow.
Again, so many times that we have seen this year where the Chieftains, they get in rhythm, they start really getting going on offense, and a big penalty like that can end up being a drive killer. So
no question.
Let's see if they can keep this drive alive. 1st and 20 at their own 37 now is Langford. Plenty of time to pass, and he throws it, and he's going to get a big chunk of it back here on the reception to Todd Brown. Again, going to work on Xander Mining. That's going to bring the Chieftains back inside the 25-yard line.
That's that same pass play that the Chieftains have had a lot of success with, and they do pick up a big chunk of it.
12 yards to be exact. All right, 3rd reception early in this game for Todd Brown. And 3 of the 4 completions from Talent have gone to Todd Brown's direction. Starting to see our junior dancers get onto the track for the halftime routine later tonight. Chieftains trying to hit pay dirt for the 3rd time in this first half as they'll go on the ground again to Tanner Hand, met by a wall of Panthers. First one there to meet him, Maximus Jones, number 25, as they drive him backwards. It's still a pretty good 3rd and long going to be coming up here for the Chieftains. Call it about 3rd and 7.
Well, you got to believe this is 4-down territory.
And just able to get a yard on that last play. And then again, to your keys of the game, had to get better on 3rd down conversions. They've done that so far tonight. 2 for 3 are the Chieftains. Let's see if they can go 3 for 4. And really, on the night, they should be 3 for 3, but you got to remember on that first drive, that penalty.
Which is what plagued them last week.
Eventually led to the only score of the game so far for Paola, as we'll have Preston Schroyer call a timeout here. There was 1 second remaining on the play clock, so bailing out his offense there. It's going to give him a little bit of extra time to try to talk through this next play and figure out what exactly they want to do. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining here. 6:25 to go until halftime. Again, like we mentioned, it's been a good night here at Beatty Field. It's a good crowd on hand here tonight. And so far, everyone that showed up, they've been treated to a pretty good football game.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, great weather and a good football game. Friday Night Lights, just can't ask for anything more.
And this is the start of a 2-game homestand for the Chieftains. As again, they're looking to get back to 500 tonight. They'll go to 2-2, and then they'll host the Bonner Springs Braves next week. Still winless on the season so far is Bonner Springs. We'll check in on their score a little bit later on at halftime. But
yeah, the Braves have really been struggling this year.
Well, this could be huge if the Chieftains, if they can add on to their lead here, hold on, and they can beat the Panthers. You host Bonner, you can get back above 500 potentially before you go back on the road for 2 straight games at Basin-Linwood and at Eudora to open up a rough part of the schedule in October. 3-by-1 set here for the Chieftains. 3rd down and 7. Talon's going to take a shot to the end zone. Diving out for it is Owen Schmidt, but it goes incomplete again. They are targeting Xander Mining. That one just out of the reach of Owen. And now decision time here for the Chieftains because you're too deep to punt it. So do you go for it on 4th down or do you send out Cody Loud for the field goal try?
No, it would be it'd be a 40-yarder.
Yeah,
I think they're going to go for it.
42 to be exact. Yeah, he's mentioned he doesn't want to put that young freshman kicker in any compromising position. So here we go for the Chieftains. Talon's going to roll out. He might try to pick it up himself, going towards the sticks, and he picks it up.
Oh, they're going to get some more tacked onto it, too. He was way out of bounds when he was shoved.
And that's just something you cannot have if you're the Panthers.
Unsportsmanlike, or it's going to be personal foul. I'm not sure what they're going to call here, but it's going to add on to the game. Yep, personal foul. Half the distance.
That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Let's see where exactly Talon got out. He went right to the sticks and needed 7.
Should be at the 7.5. Looks like that's where they put it.
And just another costly mistake for Paola. Again, you're looking for that first win of the year. You cannot have mistakes like that. Now the Chieftains 1st and goal at their own 7. And give it back to Tanner Hand. It's going to be play number 9 coming up here for the Chieftains. Second drive where they've had either 9 or more plays on offense. Last time they did it was the first touchdown run of the game by Talon Langford. 3 downs to punch it in from the 5-yard line. No gimmies by any means, but
yeah, looked to me like Paola just put in their jumbo package for defense.
As you see the Chieftains going with that student body package. Talon trying to cut it back upfield, breaking through tackles, cross the goal line. Strong touchdown run, number 2 of the night for Talon Langford.
Yeah, that was 2nd and 3rd effort on Talon's part. He just would not be denied. Good job, young man.
It is so great to see Talon Langford back out fully healthy, playing sports for the Tonganoxie Chieftains. What a strong run. 10th play of the drive, able to cap it off, 5-yard touchdown run. Chieftains 20, make it 21, unanswered points.
Good job by the holder there. That was kind of a low snap to the outside. He got it down and was able to get the extra point.
Had to hold him on my breath a little bit there as well. 5:24 to go here in the second quarter before we go to the locker room for halftime. And the Chieftains have found their rhythm. 21 unanswered points, up by a pair of scores over the Paola Panthers.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and your insurance to ensure a smooth transition, especially from a knee or hip replacement. Choose from one of their highly qualified physical therapists for an individualized plan of care to achieve long-term health benefits. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Go to ptsolutionsks.com for more information.
No shimmy that time for Dennis Drennan. Hard at work taping that monitor back up. Good to see it there. Gotta love what you're seeing on the field, though, right?
Oh, no question about it.
Second scoring drive for this Chieftain offense of 9 or more plays. That last one was for 10, and again, it was capped off by a Talon Langford rushing touchdown. This one from 5 yards out. Chieftains up 21-7.
Good coverage there by the Chieftains.
So it was such a great start for the Panthers, right? You get the stop on defense. You benefited from a big third down penalty, but you still forced the punt. You scored a couple plays later on the J.D. Troutman 35-yard touchdown run. You're up 7-0. Again, you let one get away last week against one of the top teams in the league in Ottawa. We thought, look out. We could see the Panthers really go on a run here. But I think the Chieftains, they've done a good job of just riding out this storm, and all of a sudden now find themselves up 2 scores.
Yeah, no question about it. They've answered the momentum and taken a 2-score lead.
Fourth drive, toss out to the right to J.D. Troutman, who has a seam and is able to take it for about 9 yards on first down. And it goes, this is still for J.D. Troutman. He had that 35-yard touchdown run. And since then, he's had 5 carries, 2 for 6 yards, 1 for 7, had a 3-yard carry, and now that one for 9 yards. So even he's still able to be productive.
Yeah.
But outside of that, they have not been able to get anything going. Jasper Logan made his first completion of the game for 8 yards. Since then, 3 straight incompletions, including that interception to Brady Martin to set up the Chieftains' second score of the game.
Yeah, I wish we knew who got their hand on that ball. Oh.
With pressure, Kendall Smith from behind. Not going to count as a sack, but pressure nonetheless, and will tackle him after picking up the first down.
Give that big man credit for running that quarterback down.
Kendall Smith, arguably the fastest player on this Chieftain team right now. We talked a lot about that relay team they had at State with Alex Stevens, Todd Brown, Kendall Smith, and others, and they usually say that Todd Brown is the fastest. He's better at those little bit short burst plays, but if you're running long distance, you say Kendall Smith is the fastest. Good completion here, and run after the catch. And can't be tripped up by Marins. It's going to be a 52-yard touchdown play for the Panthers. And how about that for an answer to Pincheco?
Yeah, he was wide open, too. And once he got into the open field, it was all over. Back to a 1-score game.
Only 3 plays needed. Troutman, extra point try, good, but flag flies. So let's see if this is going to stand.
Oh.
Not, and it won't. Like some early movement there from the Panthers. Not everybody was set.
Coach is going to take it here. And then moving back 5. He had plenty of leg on that last one. Oh.
And doink.
It's no good.
Again, extra points can go a long way of deciding the outcome of a ball game.
It did last week. The difference in the game.
But how about that for an answer, though, for the Panthers?
Yeah,
a 52-yard touchdown strike from Jasper Logan to his receiver, Alexander Pinchnetko. Excuse me.
I wonder if he's an exchange student. That sounds very Russian or Ukrainian.
Pinchnetko. Yeah, it's definitely a unique name, but he's been a big producer for this team. He had a touchdown reception last week as well against the Cyclones, and now he has a 52-yard touchdown here against the Chieftains as the Panthers, again, 1-score game, 21-13, thanks to the missed extra point by J.D. Troutman. He made the first one, 5-yard penalty. They make him do it again, and he doinks it. I know that's got to kill my Chicago Bear fan, Aaron Feely, right outside our door doing the broadcast for Paola Sports Live. I'm sure he's having flashbacks to that game.
Big Bears fan.
Yeah, the Chicago native, Aaron Feely, one of the best here at Varsity Sports Live. Love looking at games with Aaron.
Yeah, he's great.
Did some arena football with him over the summer as well with the Kansas City Goats. One of the great sports broadcasters you can work with, and also is one of the great human beings.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
So a good answer there by the Panthers. Back to a one-score game. They kick it off here.
Yeah, his knee was down. He wanted to return it.
Alex Gardea. Chieftains will take over right around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Varsity Sports Live has some pretty good talent.
Did you hear what they say about the color guy at Tonganoxie Sports Live, the camera guy at Tonganoxie Sports Live?
You mean he's old?
No, he say he's one of the best in the business, of course. I got a great crew. Love everybody we work with here at Varsity Sports Live. And the Frontier League Sports Live game of the week, Chieftains and Panthers. Back to a one-score game, under 4 minutes to go till halftime. Panthers will receive the second-half kickoff. As the Chieftain offense, you know they love to go back to work here, and they do. Design bubble screen. Todd Brown trying to use the speed to break tackles, and is tripped up right at midfield by Jasper Logan again. Helmet pops off again. Might need to tighten that chin strap up for the young man. Good gain, close to about 15 yards.
Jasper Logan was holding his chin and throat right there because it looked to me like he took a cleat.
And that's just one of those when you're trying to tackle somebody from behind. It's one of the things that can happen, unintentional, of course, and hope that he's okay. Looks like he's just going to come out. He's going to get a breather for about a play or two and expect him to get right back out there.
Yeah, you hope he's not cut.
Right.
Because it's real easy to get that chin split open doing that.
15-yard hitter on the first play of the drive for the Chieftains in Paola territory at the 49, and J.D. Troutman coming across just a little bit too early.
Yeah, he was trying to time the count there.
Just a bit offsides. You like that one? I knew you would appreciate that one.
Yeah, I like that one. Anybody that likes Major League.
Play on, talking about great broadcasters, the great Bob Uecker.
Oh, yeah. Hall of Famer.
Love to see him get to call October baseball again this year. Milwaukee Brewers back in the postseason playoffs.
He's one of the great ones.
I'm surprised we made it this far and you haven't brought up the Royals at all.
Yeah, their magic number's 1.
We'll have to check on the score at halftime. They win tonight. Royals are back to a blue October as they go on the ground again. Brady Martin, what a good run.
Nice delay there. That hole opened up. Yeah, he's I think he might have tweaked his ankle there.
Hope that he is okay. He is starting to have himself a good game. That one almost about 9 yards on the carry, picks up the first down. And you will be tended to over on the sideline by
Patrick might get that taped up for him.
Running backs coach Cole Holloway checking over with him as well. Tanner Hand back out there, met at the line of scrimmage, going nowhere.
Number 22, Tanner Hand, the ball carrier. Brought down by number 3, Chavez Neely. No gain. 2nd and 10.
And how great is it for this running back room of Tonganoxie the past few years to get to learn from one of the greatest Chieftain running backs of all time, at Cole Holloway.
And you talk about nice people or great families.
The Holloways, definitely.
Awesome.
For sure. And Mrs. Holloway teaching so many in middle school. Now Cole, he's a teacher as well here at the high school. And the Panthers are going to take another timeout here. 2nd and 10 play coming up for the Chieftains. 1 minute, 57 seconds to go. 21-13 lead for the Chieftains. We'll be back. You're watching Chieftain football on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Does your roof have possible storm damage? Looking to get solar panels? Or is it just simply time to get it inspected? That's where Balmer Roofing and Solar come into play. Balmer Roofing has a combined 40 years of experience with JAF Master Elite and Emerald Pro contractors. The Balmer family and their team are ready to give your house a brand new roof or solar panels at an affordable cost with a 50-year warranty. Life has mishaps and they want nothing but your customer satisfaction. Let them prove why so many of your neighbors choose Balmer for their roofing projects. To schedule a free inspection, call 913-845-5252 or visit them online at balmerroofing.com.
It's just a brief timeout taken there. Panthers will be left with only 1 timeout remaining in the second half. Chieftains still with 2. 1 minute, 57 seconds. 2nd and 10 play coming up for Tongi, and they fake it. They're going to take the shot. Jacob Moritz.
Wide open.
Nobody around. Touchdown, Chieftains. Xander Mining fell down at his feet, and there was nobody within 15 yards of him in the end zone. How about that for your first touchdown of the season, Jacob? What a great 2 weeks he has put together here.
Yeah, we've been calling his name a lot.
Lob on again, another point after try. Mark Geiger ready to hold it. Good snap, good hold. Lob, splits the uprights. 28-13 Chieftains thanks to a 34-yard touchdown pass, Talon Langford to Jacob Marins.
And, man, you can't be any more open than that.
Again, and they have been targeting Xander Mining all night long. And they did it again. We saw that last week against the Lions where they faked that short throw to Todd Brown and then take it down to Marins. Last week, Talon put a little bit too much air underneath it. This time, he could have shot it up at the moon, and it would have came down still with plenty of time for Jacob to try to run that into pay dirt. What a nice play there for the Chieftains to answer. And on that 5th possession of the game, only 5 plays needed.
Yeah.
So we've seen the Chieftains. They could score quickly. They could take their time. They could go 9, 10 plays down the field and score. I mean, this is, again, we're seeing that offense take that next step so far tonight. And I think for Coach Schroyer, you have to be very, very pleased with what this team has been doing tonight on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, no question about it.
It has been a game of runs, no doubt about it. Chieftains ready to kick it back over.
Yeah, we've been treated to a good one so far tonight. Yeah, the Panthers only needed, 3 plays last time to score?
Yep. They go in to get another short pooch kick and taking it in right in front of the Tongi bench, and Brody Lotto. So again, ball back over in the side of the court of the Panthers. What do you have for us here, Coach Smith? So his offense will try to answer here. 3rd season at the helm for head coach Mike Smith, 7-14 overall. In the Paola Panthers, he had to take over for longtime head coach Mike Dumpert in 2022. After 23 years at the helm for the Panthers, Smith, he's been with this Paola football program for the better part of the last 3 decades as a player, and he was a longtime staffer on the team with Coach Dumpert. And very easy decision for the rest of the athletic department, everyone in Paola, for when Dumpert stepped down to just hand it over to Coach Smith. As Logan's looking to throw, and he's not going to have a chance. Tucker McGuire gets back there, wraps him up, and brings him down. And we got whistles right away as the Chieftains take a timeout here after the sack. That's exactly what they did.
I think Coach Troyer would like to try and get the ball back.
Yeah, that's what it's looking like right now. So big timeout there, a big sack by Tucker McGuire, and a big loss there. 6 yards loss on the play is going to be bringing up 2nd and 16 here in just a moment. And again, Chieftain Athletics tonight brought to you by Grounded Coffee House. Established in 2022, Grounded Coffee House serves great coffee with an even greater cause. To learn how you can help make a difference and to support, follow them on Facebook and check out their website, groundedcoffeehouse.tonganoxie.org. And the Chieftain defense continues to find pressure. They've had a sack in every game so far this season. They got back there multiple times last week against Reed Oakley, and now they get here for the first time tonight on Jasper Logan as he was waiting for something to develop downfield. And this is something that if you're a big pass rusher like a Kendall Smith, Tucker McGuire like we just saw, this is a time now. Short time situation, 1:39 to go for Paola. Undoubtedly, will depending on how conservative they want to be here, you imagine maybe another passing down upcoming here. So the chance for those pass rushers to pin their ears back and try to get after the quarterback again.
Be careful over the of the screen pass, but
They get it out quickly again to J.D. Troutman. Plenty of space and is taken down around the 40. So even on 2nd and 16, he's going to get a big chunk of it back right here.
They tackled him in bounds, though. That's good. The clock continues to run with under a minute and a half to play. It brings up a big 3rd down. You don't want. I don't think the Panthers are going to want to give the Chieftains a short field here.
There you go, trying to avoid a
That's going to
tackler.
bring up 4th down.
Right around the line of scrimmage, Chieftains are going to burn their final timeout here. Clock stopped just under a minute. I mean, could not time it any better if you're Coach Schreier. 59.9 seconds to go. Again, Paola will receive the opening kickoff of the second half. So, liking the aggressiveness here so far of Preston Troyer. He got just a tick under a minute left to go. No timeouts. Let's see where this ensuing punt will set up the Chieftains.
Well, and he knows that the Paola Panthers have had difficulty on special teams, especially punt returns. So, I'm thinking he's wanting to give his Chieftains another shot here with about a minute to play. Being very aggressive, I like that.
I do too. Again, it's another sign of showing confidence in the offense, even though that they have sputtered at parts early in the season.
They've been clicking tonight.
They have, undoubtedly. Those points the Chieftains have put up in a ball game by far so far this season. We still have a minute to go here in the second quarter and a whole another half of football to play. Owen Schmidt will be back to receive this punt coming in from J.D. Troutman. Chieftains get the stop, 4th down and 4. Another low snap. Troutman able to get it away. Owen will settle under it, and he muffs it, and a gift's going to be given to the Panthers.
Well, sometimes that's where being aggressive can cost you.
Chavez Nelly again in there to recover it. We saw Todd Brown muff a punt here 2 weeks ago, and now Owen does it. 49.9 seconds to go. And now you turn around, a potential chance to double dip here if you're the Panthers.
No question. Chieftains defense are going to have to try and keep them out of the end zone here.
So just like that, Paola offense, it pretty much goes down as a long completion into Chieftain territory. 1st and 10 at the Tonganoxie 37.
Turnovers are a killer. Now the turnovers are even at 1.
Paola still with one timeout as well. Big sack here. There he is. Happy birthday, Mom, celebrating her 50th birthday over the weekend, and there's a good gift from her son right there. A big sack on 1st down by Kendall Smith.
Nice, well done, Kendall.
Second sack of the night for the Chieftains. Another big loss, and maybe the Panthers are going to be content here. Again, 1 second difference. They don't have to run a play. They can go to the locker room, and maybe they're going to take one final shot here.
They do a Hail Mary here.
Logan
going
to heave it. 2 Chieftains in the area, and an easy interception for Owen Schmidt. Can the Chieftains get a return here? They're going to just shove him out of bounds up on that far side. 6.5 seconds to go.
Owen redeeming himself on that muffed punt with an interception there. Oh, was that Neihart?
Yeah, I was saying Hunter Neihart. My apologies. I thought that was Owen Schmidt over on the far side there.
Well, good job, Hunter Neihart. Sorry we didn't have your name right away. I would expect the Chieftains to take a knee here. Go to the halftime with a 2-score lead. Well, actually, not quite a 2-score lead.
Right now, 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line. We have coming up the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show, our breakdown here at the first half analysis. We'll try to give some scoring updates along with some first half stats and keys to the second half. So we had some penalties after all this.
Back by the play. We go back 10 yards. Then we have personal foul, late hit on Paola. He will go 15 yards. It'll be first down for Tonganoxie.
Should have just moved it 5 yards ahead.
I was after. Let's back him up 10 yards. Let's go forward 15.
Yeah.
I'm the last person to criticize anybody with math, but that's a pretty easy decision there. Well, after all that is said and done, Chieftains lining up in kneel down formation. That's exactly what they'll do.
Yeah, halftime coming up.
What a first half for the Chieftains, as they will take the lead with them into the locker room. Your score, Tonganoxie 28, Paola 13, and our Week 4 Frontier League Sports Live game of the week. White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show is coming up after this break on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
For a winning team, contact White Birch Properties, the real estate MVPs.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information, and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The Tonganoxie Recreation Commission is committed to creating community through parks, people, and programs. And now, with their all-new activity center, the Tonganoxie Rec Commission can do even more. Tongi Rec understands the benefits reaped through recreation are endless. Tongi Rec has a long list of classes, activities, and programs for the young and young at heart. For program pricing and schedules, call 913-845-3502. Visit them at the all-new activity center at the Tonganoxie High West campus, or go to tongirec.org.
Family-owned Wizard of Paws in downtown Tonganoxie offers personalized pet grooming, doggy daycare, dog obedience, and socialization classes. At Wizard of Paws, your pet will get one-on-one grooming experience, ensuring they will return to you quickly and looking fabulous. Their facility offers amenities and space that are doggone amazing. Call Wizard of Paws to make an appointment at 913-416-0255 or visit them at 406 East 4th Street in Tonganoxie. Learn more at wizardofpawspet.com.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with the Jay Hatfield Auto Group. We've been serving the Four States area for over 29 years, and we now have 6 locations which offer Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Each of our locations is operated by a Jay Hatfield family member or managing partner. At Jay Hatfield, we're here to earn your business and trust. We have approximately 300 pre-owned and 300 new vehicles in stock or on their way, and we're making deals. Come see us at Jay Hatfield location today and let us make you part of the Jay Hatfield family.
Are you ready for a mouth-watering journey down memory lane? Introducing Flashbacks. Start your day off right with our fluffy pancakes, omelets, or a cinnamon roll. For lunch, sink your teeth into our juicy made-to-order burgers, Philly cheese, and more. Flashbacks' friendly staff and welcoming atmosphere make every visit a delight, and their menu is filled with comfort food that will give you those warm, delicious flashbacks. Visit them today in downtown Tonganoxie, open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 12:30 p.m.
We're still here, folks. We are now into the White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show at White Birch Properties. They're ready to help you buy or sell that next house and lead you to success in the real estate game. Visit them at 1203 State Avenue, Suite B in Tonganoxie, or give them a call at 913-417-1007. Dylan Funk alongside with you all here in the middle of a good game right now. 28-13, Chieftains on top of the Panthers as they go into the halftime locker room for the 3rd week in a row with a lead. 2 weeks ago here at home, And including last week as well, they have been held scoreless in the second half, which, by the way, this offense has been rolling so far tonight. 5 drives so far. That first possession, that was where things started to look like a little bit of trouble. Chieftains converted on a nice third down play. It saw a 45-yard reception from Talon Langford to Todd Brown, taken off the board on a holding penalty by the Chieftains, where they were able to were unable to convert and then had to punt a little bit later on. 2 plays later, the Paola Panthers were able to get on what they scored. 2-play scoring drive capped off by a 35-yard touchdown run by J.D. Troutman. Chieftains got the ball back. They took it 9 plays down the field, and it was a 31-yard touchdown run by Talon Langford to get us tied at 7 apiece. And then back over to Paola. They were forced to punt it back to the Chieftains, and on the third drive, it was really nothing much else. It was an interception. That was the interception play. It was the tip drill, and then Brady Martin got the interception. A few plays later, Tanner Hand took it in for his only rushing touchdown so far on the night for the Chieftains, as he was able to punch it in and make it a 14-7 ball game. Chieftain defense would then force a punt. They got the ball back once again. And again, it was another touchdown run, the second of the game by Talon Langford. 2 touchdowns with his legs, 1 with his arm. He was having a tremendous first half, as we have his passing stats in right now. 6 of 9, 86 yards, and a touchdown. And we can also tell you right now, with the way he is running the ball, getting close to over 50 yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. Have yourself a game. Number 4 out there, the senior quarterback for the Tonganoxie Chieftains, and had that big touchdown pass on the broken coverage. It was one-on-one with Xander Mining and Jacob Marins, who we talked about had such a great game last week against Lansing. He comes out tonight. He has 2 receptions. The first one went for 9 yards, and then the first touchdown of the season went for 34 yards. And in the midst of all of that, the Panthers were still able to come out, and they had a big play where Jasper Logan was able to hit his man Alexander Pinchnetko over the middle for 52 yards. It was another short scoring drive for the Panthers, and that is how we arrive here at a 28-13 ball game, as both teams had it late. They punted it away to each other. Tongi punted, and then the Panthers had the interception a little bit late too, and Tongi just took the knee and took the lead with them into the halftime locker room. So waiting for Dennis Rennan to get back, but we have a lot to break down here with this first half of action, as now the Chieftain High School marching band out on the field. Sounds like the Greatest Showman is their field show for this year, as we are currently pulling up our scores around the area right now, trying to give some scoring updates from our Wizard of Paws scores earlier in the first half. And our man Ezra Baker here at Varsity Sports Live continuing to push out the highlight clips and reels. He's been all over the field tonight, collecting it in for us. Appreciate him coming out to Tonganoxie High School and continuing to do a lot of tremendous work here for us on Varsity Sports Live and the Frontier League Sports Live show. As now, and of course, I'm going to be joined here. We mentioned earlier he's back from college here at home. Please welcome in Brendan Bolin into Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Thank
Brendan,
you,
how you doing, man? Good to see you.
I'm great. Yeah, great to see you guys. It's great to be back here in this environment. You know, it's been almost a year since I've been here, so I'm happy to be back. I'm happy to be here. So it's a great environment. It's a great game so far. I think both teams are playing really solid, so it's just great to be back. I'm full of emotions.
Yeah, it's been great, full of emotions. First half, I mean, Chieftain offense, maybe you're the good luck charm so far. Best offensive first half of the season so far. They've already had their season high of points match with 28, and probably still more to come here, hopefully, in the second half. Just your thoughts on that first half and what you saw from the Chieftain offense.
I think they played really solid. I think there's still a bit more discomfort from Langford, which I'm sure they'll probably tell them to shrug it off in the second half. But most of all, they looked fluent. They didn't turn the ball over as much. They were, Tanner Hand in the run game. And Talon Langford on some keepers. I mean, this offense looks really solid, but throwing the ball, I think I need to see a bit more improvement from the Chieftains. A bit more comfort.
Yeah, that's something that was a big part of their focus last week. And Troyer said there's still room for improvement. Again, for Talon, 6 of 9, 86 yards and a touchdown. Not terrible tonight for the Chieftains. They're definitely going to take it 28-13. And also, sticking with talent, too, 2 rushing touchdowns tonight, one from 31 yards and the other one from 5 yards, showing that dual threat capability that the Chieftains knew he had last year in his junior year, now enjoying it here in his senior year.
I mean, it helps when you play baseball, too. When you're running the bases, you're going to have some nice speed.
And the arm, too.
And the arm, absolutely, yeah. I think he's showing both pretty well. It's just a matter of how can they develop the offense more in the second half to add on to this nice 15-point lead they got.
Yeah, we'll see. Again, that's going to be the big key piece. Back-to-back weeks, they've been held scoreless in the second half, so we'll see how this offense comes out after putting up some pretty good numbers there in the first half. 28-13, Chieftains with the lead over the Panthers. Brendan, good to see you again,
Great
buddy.
to see you guys.
Thanks for coming in and joining us here on the White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show. We'll step aside. More coming up right after this.
Make the landscape of your dreams a reality with a stop at Oak Creek Nursery and Landscape. Just 15 minutes outside of Tonganoxie, come explore their full nursery of plants, trees, shrubs, annuals, and perennials. Learn from their certified specialists about proper seeding, watering, planting, lawn treatment, and so much more. Visit their website to enroll in classes, preview upcoming events, and request an estimate for your next project. Or give them a call at 913-351-5296. Oak Creek Nursery and Landscape, your one-stop shop for outdoor living.
Ridge Med Spa in Tonganoxie is more than a destination. It's an experience designed to redefine radiance and inspire success. Dr. Mark Peterson and Laura Snow facilitate and encourage both providers and clients to live life to the fullest by investing in themselves. Their new space offers services for medical weight loss, IV nutrition, laser hair removal, laser skin rejuvenation, hydrofacials, and Botox. Visit ridgemedspa.com to book your appointment today in Tonganoxie. Illuminate your beauty.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com. Has your furnace left you out in the cold? Pipes plugged? Are you underwater with your water heater? If so, you'll be glad you called Ladd. Ladd Service Company in Tonganoxie has been your heating, cooling, and plumbing specialist since 1986. Ladd is your dealer for top quality brands like York, Aprilaire, and Wolverine Brass. Plus, they maintain and service all other brands. Schedule your appointment by calling 913-369-3509. Visit laddserviceco.com to see why you'll be glad you called Ladd. Midwest Chiropractic Center is a friendly and caring clinic providing comprehensive care for your chiropractic, rehabilitative, and fitness needs. Upon entering one of our offices, you are treated like family. The staff cares about your health, and their approach to care proves it. With 3 locations in Tonganoxie, Lansing, and Bonner Springs, plus some Saturday hours, Midwest Chiropractic Center is dedicated to offering affordable, gentle chiropractic care. Midwest Chiropractic Center, getting you back to active. For more than 15 years, Lynch Real Estate has been a leader in the KC Metro.
Hi, I'm Dan Lynch with Lynch Real Estate, inviting you to come let us prove to you why Lynch Real Estate is a name you can always trust.
Dan and his team have built a reputation for unparalleled customer service and satisfaction by building lasting relationships. Learn more about Lynch Real Estate at lynchresidential.com or give them a call at 913-369-3000.
Whether you're a first-time buyer or a high-end seller, I'm here to make it happen.
Back in White Birch Property Realty Executives halftime show. Dylan Funk alongside Dennis Drennan. 28-13 ball game. Just under 8 minutes to go until the teams just get out of the locker room, come back on the field for warm-ups, and we get started in the second half. Real quick, while I have it pulled up here, let's go around and check out some of our scores from our Wizard of Paws area matchups earlier from tonight. We start with St. James on the road at Blue Valley, taking on the Tigers, and that one is Tigers 14, Thunder 0. Action within the Frontier League. Eudora trailing on the road in a close one at Ottawa, 14-10.
Wow.
Bonner Springs getting shut out at Lewisburg, 35-0. So it looks like it's going to move to 4 straight losses for the Braves. Former Yeah. Bonner Springs High School alum, Dennis Drennan, sitting right next to me.
Yeah, just wait till wrestling season.
Yeah, just wait till wrestling season. That's it. Tremendous in basketball as well. Boys and girls basketball. Bonner Springs is tremendous. We're going to see the Braves here next week right here at Beatty Field. Wellsville on the road at Baldwin with the lead, 21-9. And a little bit further down, Piper on the road at Spring Hill. Currently, Pirates with the lead in that one, 13-6. The Pirates struggling a little bit this year, maybe a bit of a down year in Piper going in against Frontier League, front runners right now at Spring Hill, undefeated. Overtime win last week against Eudora, now currently trailing in that matchup. Got to keep an eye on any scoring updates on that one. Rest of them in the UKC Conference, we have Leavenworth at Shawnee Heights. Thunderbirds with the lead in that one, 14-10. So that's Shawnee Heights over Leavenworth. No scores reported for Lansing and Topeka West. And we have a 7-7 tie to DeSoto at Basehor and Linwood. So plenty of action going around the area. And how about this game? It's closer in 6A. It wasn't in our matchups, but Gardner Edgerton at Lawrence.
Wow. Big
matchup there. Trailblazers, 7-point lead, 21-14.
Is that the Lawrence Lions?
Yes.
Okay.
Lawrence Lions. Free State, like we were just mentioning, 35-0 against Olathe Northwest, taking on the Ravens. We have ties to both those schools.
Exactly.
Shout out to Mason Beach, wide receivers coach at Free State High School. Continue to wish him the best, just continuing to climb up the coaching ranks. They're one of the better football minds that you and I have known around here as he continues to carve his path. Again, those are our scoring updates from our Around the Area matchups brought to you by Wizard of Paws. So, partner, now that you're here, you got the headset on. I asked Brendan about his thoughts from the first half. I'm going to ask you the exact same thing. What's your big takeaways right now with the Chieftains up 28-13?
Much better on third down conversions. So, they didn't get behind the sticks as much. They did have that one turnover with the muff punt, but they were able to keep the Panthers out of the end zone, and they have a 15-point lead going in here at halftime. Hopefully, the last 2 weeks they've been shut out in the second half. I look forward to getting off the snide there, and hopefully they can put up some more points in this second half.
And meanwhile, for this defense, making things a struggle for Jasper Logan through the air. Just 3 of 7, 72 yards. He did have that long touchdown, 52 yards to his man, Alexander Pinchneko. I'm going to have you pronounce that a couple of times in the second half. Save me some grief there. But it was a big play that's still keeping the Panthers around in this one. But outside of that, hasn't been a whole lot. 72 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. One of them forced by Hunter Neihart, and the other one taken in by Brady Martin, number 11 and number 12, getting it done on defense for Tonganoxie. And the other thing for J.D. Troutman, we talked about you got to find a way to slow him down, got to bottle him up.
Yep.
First carry of the game, 35 yards, taken in for a touchdown. Outside of that, they've kept him bottled up pretty well. So you give a lot of credit to this Chieftain defense. They've risen to the challenge, I'm sure, that was laid down through them all throughout the week. And slowing down this Paola offense right now that was so explosive last week against Ottawa. And even though they've shown flashes of that here tonight, for the most part, keep them out of this ball game right now.
Yep. Need to see more of that here in the second half.
Yep, and that's exactly what we're going to be keeping our eyes on. We're going to have our keys to the second half and a couple more first half final stats for you coming up. Final break here of the White Birch Property Realty Executives Halftime Show on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
Shop local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family. Brothers Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
At Kansas Insurance, we know one size doesn't fit all. In fact, our whole mindset is based on customized policies for you and your families. We're local, and we do what we do because we care about you. Think of us as brokers for your insurance needs. Working with Kansas Insurance gets you the award-winning service and attention to detail that only an independent agency can provide. All across Kansas, we're here to help you manage and plan for all types of risk. Contact a local agent today. Kansas Insurance. Local, independent, serving you.
A great collision on the field? Awesome. An awesome collision on the road? Not so great. If that bad play does come your way, take your car to S&S Auto and Body Shop in Tonganoxie. S&S has been the area's premier auto collision repair center since 1972, working on all makes and models, glass replacement, bumper repair, fiberglass and plastic, color matching, and so much more. And they work with all insurance companies. Get your ride back in the game and learn more at snsautoandbody.com or call 913-369-3193.
When it comes to rehabilitation, despite what you're told, you can choose where you want to go. Physical Therapy Solutions in Tonganoxie is independently owned, allowing them to work with all doctors and your insurance to ensure a smooth transition, especially from a knee or hip replacement. Choose from one of their highly qualified physical therapists for an individualized plan of care to achieve long-term health benefits. Contact Physical Therapy Solutions today and let them help you. Go to ptsolutionsks.com for more information.
And now we see the Paola Panthers coming back onto the field. Chieftains are out on the field as well, as we can see them down on the west end zone, starting to stretch out, getting ready to go in the second half. We're going to see the Paola offense out first as they'll receive the opening kickoff, currently down 28-13. This first drive for the Panthers, it's going to be a really key one here, partner, because we're at it's kind of a weird in limbo game right now because it's not a blowout. It's not a rout by any means by Tonganoxie, but you feel like in that first half that it just kind of feels that way a little bit. But Paola, they have shown flashes where they could come out and they could score quickly.
Yeah, they had a 3-play drive. It ended in a touchdown.
So the two scoring drives, first one, 2 plays, and the second one was 3 plays.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they get it done quick.
They can do a quick strike on you, so they're never out of the game.
So, yeah, this is going to be key. How do the Chieftains come out, and how do they continue to limit this Paola offense? Again, for Jasper Logan, they forced 2 interceptions off him, just 72 yards passing. Outside of the 35-yard touchdown run by J.D. Troutman, just held to 66 yards on 5 other carries, or 6 carries total in that first half.
Yeah, you got to feel good if you've held him to 66 yards.
No doubt about it. And outside of that big strike to pinch Netco, this defense, again, they've just been doing what they've been doing so far, and Coach Stroyer acknowledged it in our interview earlier this week, is that they have kept them in ball games, many, undoubtedly, while the offense has sputtered. Now you're getting the best of both worlds. You're seeing what this offense can do when they can really get going, and then this defense can continue to come out and limit the opposition. So, again, just a little under 2 minutes to go until we get it started in the second half. Any keys to the second half in your mind? It can be free, and these could be for either team or whatever, but just some second half keys to the game for us.
Well, the biggest thing for the Chieftains is, they've gone two halves without scoring a single point in the second half in the last 2 games. They've got to get a better handle on that so they can stay, because if they don't, they're going to be in trouble, because this Paola Panther team can score. We've seen that.
Yeah. So we'll see. That's really going to be the big thing. They wanted to focus on getting the passing game more involved. The rushing attack has been there. We're seeing the 1-2 punch of Talon Langford and Tanner Hand. 3 total rushing touchdowns combined between those two. 2 for Talon, 1 for Tanner. And so far, everything has been going the way and has been progressing the way that they have wanted to see it throughout this week. And before we get the second half started, again, you've heard us talk about it a lot tonight. It's our Frontier League Sports Live game of the week tonight. Frontier League Sports Live, our new weekly show that we debut on Varsity Sports Live on YouTube. It can also be viewed at our website, varsitysportslive.com. And our game of the week, we sit down with the head coaches of both teams. We break down the matchup a little bit. We kind of look back at their team's game from the week prior and get a lot of good in-depth coverage that we haven't been able to provide before, and now we get to, thanks to these coaches sitting down with us. And we also preview action all around the Frontier League and across our Varsity Sports Live networks of all the actions that happen through the week, as we are off and running, about to turn the page from September to October. Episode 5 is going to be coming out here later on this upcoming Monday on the Varsity Sports Live YouTube, and as always over on varsitysportslive.com. Week 5 game of the week, by the way, a big one in Eudora. It's going to be the Cardinals hosting the Lewisburg Wildcats. That should be another great game. So I look forward to sitting down with Coach Drew Harding for the 3rd time already this season, and Coach Drew Steffen of the Eudora Cardinals for the 2nd time to preview their matchup. Again, episode debuts Monday nights on Varsity Sports Live on YouTube and varsitysportslive.com.
Saw Coach Bond trying to get his defense fired up down there.
So easy to get riled up and go play for Coach Bond as lobs this one up, no pun intended. Taken in by Xander Mining, is chopped down shortly after there. Blake Riedel, younger brother of Corbin, safe to assume, getting down and making the tackle. Speaking of Corbin, I don't know if you've seen this, partner, but him and his longtime girlfriend, now fiance Bailey Bradley, recently engaged. So congratulations to the newly engaged couple.
Corbin, an outstanding two-time state champion wrestler for the Chieftains.
He was a part of ending the long drought of the Chieftains not being able to have a state champion in wrestling, and it was a big part. It started with him. Connor Searcy continued it, and now, I mean, we're talking just a couple of years ago, the whole team just won state. It's incredible what the program continues to do here at Tonganoxie. We have a big, strong run from J.D. Troutman, and that's exactly what you wanted to do coming out of the gate for the Panthers. And a big run there as it sets him up of about 12 yards on first down.
Not what you wanted if you're the Chieftain off defense.
Second longest carry on the night for J.D., just outside of his 35-yard touchdown run.
Another big run.
Keeping it on the ground, close to the 45, driven backwards for progress. We'll get him right at the 45. Another big carry.
Tackle by number 52, TJ Leeper.
TJ Leeper in on the stop for the Chieftains there.
Well, these Panthers have come out fired up here in the second half so far.
From the Chieftain 45.
Yeah, which is not surprising. I'm sure it was a pretty well-spirited halftime talk. Another solid run up the middle.
Running the ball right down the throat of the Chieftains.
Quarterback keeper by Logan. Good enough for a Panther first down.
Look like they've decided to put the passing game on hold and just
From the Chieftain 37.
go to the big run game. Good contain there.
Sorry about that. Make a couple of adjustments there here in the third quarter. And yeah, I mean, message very clear here right now of what that halftime locker room speech was from head coach Mike Smith is that we're going to come out, we're going to try to run the ball down the throat of the Chieftains. It's been working so far. They get stopped there on first down. 2nd and 8 upcoming from the Tonganoxie 35.
Mark Geiger made a nice tackle there.
Another play here. Quick pass. Logan complete near the sticks.
First down.
Taken in up on that far side, waiting to get a number of the receiver who brought it in.
Working pass complete to number 16, Jace Curley.
And again, he finds number 16, Jace Curley. Second time those two have connected tonight.
For a Panther first down.
Again, nice, slow, methodical drive playing out here right now. Another first down for Paola, getting close to the red area at the Tonganoxie 26-yard line. One-on-one right near us. That's Pinchetko working on Jacob Morenz at the 52-yard reception earlier. They keep it on the ground. And another carry, solid one. As for a first down carry, brings up at least a 2nd and medium.
of 2nd down and 7 from the Chieftain 23.
So far, the Panthers have burned 4 minutes off the clock, too.
This is something they did on the opening drive the first half, in the second half of last week as well, as another first down is going to be picked up here. And again, it's going to be J.D. Troutman as we now dip under 8 minutes ago. They came out when they took that 3-possession lead against the Cyclones, got the second half kickoff, and it was close to about, I believe it was 8 minutes of game time that they ended up shooing away, and they capped it off with that touchdown. And again, they were on the brink of running away with that game and winning it, and instead end up dropping it 41-13. And now looking to bring it back within a one-score game here. It'll be interesting if they were to score here. Are they going to try to go for 2, or if they'll go back with J.D. Troutman of an extra point? We'll have to wait and see. They got to get there first.
Troutman again. Oh.
Logan trying to avoid the rush. Flag is down. Chieftains able to bring him down.
I hope that's a hold.
Well, so we had the official throw the penalty flag, and then he had to throw a towel. That's an indication that he saw another penalty down there. So the first flag, I think you're right, in the area of holding, but and that towel being thrown down, and we see him without a hat too, so we'll have to wait and see if there's any extracurriculars if they were bringing Jasper Logan down on the sack.
We have 2 penalties offsetting. We have holding.
So have 2 offsetting penalties.
We have a personal foul of face mask, Tonganoxie. They were offset. We will replay the down.
So thankfully for the Chieftains, holding penalty called on Paola first, because there was a face mask called on Tonganoxie. Penalties offset, and after all that, we'll just redo it. 1st and 10 from the 15.
From the Chieftain 15.
Chieftains 4 penalties, 35 total yards in that first half. You know, for Paola, they were haunted by penalties in that first half. Nearly 60-plus yards of penalties in that first half alone. 7:02 on the clock. It's snapped, thrown in the backfield. J.D. Troutman making a couple of men miss, trying to cut back up the middle. Sandwiched and brought down shy of the goal line. Panthers will have it. Goal to go inside the Tonganoxie 5-yard line as they look to cap off a beauty of an opening drive here in the second half. But we have a block in the back that's going to bring it back.
See, those are drive killers right there. That'll bring up 1st and 15.
Now 77 penalty yards on the night for the Panthers.
That's first. First and 20. Yep.
Wait for them to get that updated up on the scoreboard. They have it 2nd and 20 right now, but a 1st and 20 play for the Panthers. Logan with time, and he's going to heave it. Has a man, high points it. Did he get the foot down? He did. Touchdown, Panthers.
Yeah, let's see.
And again, Alexander Pinchneko. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns on the night.
See what they're going to go for, 1 or 2 here. I think they're going to go for 2. Get it back within a touchdown and an extra point.
Panthers will attempt a 2-point try.
So 2-point try here. Logan roll out, has a couple of options, and he connects. This time he finds J.J. Crawford on the 2-point try. And just like that, back to just a touchdown away from a potential tie for the Paola Panthers. What a drive down the field as they cap it off.
They almost took half of that quarter. Half of the third quarter.
Almost exactly what they did just a week ago at home against Ottawa.
I think this is a crucial drive for the Chieftains. They need to answer here. Stop the momentum.
I just like this in the stat line right now for Alexander Pinchneko of 2 catches, 2 touchdowns, 1 for 52 yards, and that last one from 25.
Yep.
And reminder, and that was after the block in the back penalty that would have had the Panthers set up inside the Tongi 5-yard line, goal to go. First down and 20, and they air it out. And the safety, Brady Martin, tried to get over for help, and he just couldn't get there in time. That's the Panthers able to make the Chieftains.
Well, that was a good job by the receiver there. He high pointed it like you pointed out, and really hard to defend that.
For a Chieftain secondary that has been tremendous in coverage for the most part this season. That's one you just tip the cap to Pinchneko on the good route running, and also to Jasper Logan for putting it on the spot for where his guy could have a fighting chance to bring it in. That's exactly what he did. He got the foot down in bounds. All of a sudden, 7-point ball game, 28-21. Chieftains trying to change that right here. A return set up for Jacob Marins. Panthers have had trouble with kickoff returns, but they do a good job of rallying to Marins just as he crosses the 30-yard line. Now we will see this Chieftain offense back out on the field. First time in this second half. Again, their drives, they had 6 total in that first half. Punt, touchdown, 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 and touchdown. They had 4 straight scores. And, of course, that 6th possession that they had, they just kneeled it down, went to the halftime locker room. Now looking to make 5 official straight drives, ending in a touchdown. It's going to start at their own 33-yard line. They hand it off. Tanner Hand. They saw J.D. Troutman run it heavy on that first drive for the Panthers. They're going to give it to their running back and let him churn out some yardage. Getting close to the 40-yard line as he's marked down after a good carry. All about 2nd and 4 coming up.
Good carry there.
Only 2 receivers with receptions tonight for the Chieftains. Todd Brown, 4 receptions, 43 yards, and Marins, 2 receptions, 43 yards, and a touchdown pass. Tanner Hand right up the middle in the Panther territory as he is taken down. A little bit slow to get up for a moment. I think more just from exhaustion, and another big run capped off there by Tanner Hand. 18 yards officially on the ground for Tanner.
He gets any space at all. He's really fast.
So not a bad start.
No.
Give it to Tanner Hand, back-to-back carries, 1 for 6, 1 for 18. Now to Brady Martin. Plenty of space. And horse collar tackle will come in. Got a little bit too high up on that nameplate.
I don't know, man. That looked like it was all jersey to me.
Carson Martin trying to plead his case.
Let's see if they'll talk this over.
If it were to go down right now. Yep.
He did not have his hand inside. I mean, he had the hold of the back of the jersey.
But so now it's not, you don't have to get it necessarily inside. If your hand gets up to around the nameplate area.
Oh, they're going to call it?
They're going to call it. So it's not the necessarily getting the hands inside the collar or the shoulder pad.
So it's different than
yes, it has changed a little bit. Another costly penalty, Chieftains near the red zone. Spinning out of a tackle there, Brady Martin. Second effort, he'll get forward. Gets close to about a pair. Already under 5 minutes to go. That first quarter felt like it went on forever, and already here the third quarter feels like it's, come on, we got to go. We got stuff to do tonight. In the middle of a great game, Frontier League Sports Live game of the week between the Panthers and the Chieftains. 1 score, Chieftains trying to go back up 2 possessions with a potential touchdown here. Brady Martin up the middle. Another solid run for Brady Martin. Starting to see this be his potential breakout game as he gets close to 10 on that carry, and that'll move to change goal to go potentially. No, they're going to call him down at the 11.
So they can pick up on a first down here before scoring.
Martin again. Carriers Panthers able to rally to him. Now Tanner Hand will come back in. So, again, it seems like this offense now they have found their 1-2 punch in the backfield as far as running backs where you can put Tanner Hand in there and have him churn out some plays. And if he needs a breather, you can put number 12, Brady Martin, back there, and he could get you some good carries in there as well.
They need to punch this in, though.
Young junior Brady Martin taking a breather here now. Tanner Hand up the middle. Good job turning the legs. Just about a yard shy.
Good second effort there by Tanner Hand. Boy, his yards after contact stat has got to be tremendous.
Play number 7, Tanner. Why not? Touchdown, Chieftains.
That's just what you want. If you're Coach Troy, answer that opening drive touchdown by the Paola Panthers.
And the 5th straight possession ending in a touchdown for Tonganoxie as they cracked 30 points for the first time in 2024, looking to make it 35. Another extra point try here for the Chieftains looming and Cody Lobb. That's exactly what you wanted to do after seeing Paola take their time, march down the field on their opening drive. Extra point good from Lobb. Chieftains 35, Panthers 21. And so you respond. You take about 8 plays, go down the field. You take advantage again of some costly penalties there, including that horse collar tackle. And again, it's the combo of Tanner Hand and Brady Martin again ending in 6 points. Second rushing touchdown of the night for Tanner.
Taking a look at Tanner Hand down there on the sideline, he's gassed. He needs a blow.
Yeah, it is. They ask a lot out of him, no doubt about it. Another two-way star for the Chieftains, and that's why I think it's so important that now you're getting Brady Martin in there, and he's turning out some really solid carries tonight. Get that confidence build up.
Yeah.
Where now you have a two-headed monster now in that backfield, and when you put him back there in that student body package, like you like to call it, so you got Martin in there. Todd Brown is in there as well, Tanner Hand, and, of course, Talon Langford, who himself has 2 rushing touchdowns tonight. So
yeah, I like to see that. It's been pretty successful for the Chieftains so far.
This is a Chieftain offense. They have found their stride so far here. And, I mean, just what a drastic turnaround from the first 2 weeks of the season to now to these last 2 weeks. As we're coming up on about the halfway mark of the 2024 season. We'll have 4 more games coming up. 2 of them will be here at home, including the one next week at home against Bonner Springs. And then we'll be on the road for 2 straight games starting October 11th at Baser Linwood, and then again the following Friday at Eudora before coming back home to host the Ottawa Cyclones on senior night before the Week 9 postseason matchup. This one is kicked away again. Xander Mining making his way through. Penalty flag flies. A good return inside the 40-yard line, but it could be coming back.
I think it's going to be holding.
And if this is
blocking the back. Penalties continue to kill the Panthers.
102 yards.
Wow.
Of penalties tonight. Talked about it last week with Lansing. They had over 100 penalty yards. Most of that just mostly brought upon by them on themselves, but towards the tail end of that game, things kind of got a little bit crazy. But it's not too often you can say in back-to-back weeks you've had your opponents commit over 100 penalty yards.
Yeah. That's unusual.
8th drive for the Panthers, and first drive in the second half was a beauty. They toss it out to the right side. Troutman gets brought down, and a flag comes in late. Al Michaels would not be appreciative of how many flags are flying in this one tonight. He was not having it last night on Thursday Night Football, I'm telling you. As indication, this one could be on Tonganoxie as they were talking over to the Paola sideline.
Targeting.
So a targeting penalty called on the Chieftains. They didn't give him a number. So I didn't catch quite exactly who it was. Again, I wish we had a
that's a big one.
Replay monitor up here, but yeah, that's a huge 15 yards that will move the Panthers forward now inside their own 45-yard line to the 46. Two receivers spreading out to the near side. They continue to look over to that sideline, getting the play call in. Logan ready for the snap, looking to throw it again, fires a bullet, goes in, brings it in, knocks it loose at the last second. Incomplete, jarred on the hit by Owen Schmidt. Todd Brown also in there. And again, was looking in the direction of Jace Curley. And I think if he keeps that one a little bit lower, Curley might be able to bring it in. But since he had to leave his feet to bring it up, that allowed the hit from Owen Schmidt to jar it loose to bring up 2nd and 10. Second and 10 off the incompletion from Logan. A rollout, and he will throw it far side, brought in, and getting out of bounds again, Pinchneko. You want to take a crack at that name, partner?
Let me see.
Let's see it. Number 5. Get the readers on. There we go.
I'd say it's Alexander Pinchenko.
Well, there you go. I had to make you say it at least once. He has been one of the more favorite targets. That's his first catch that he's brought in and hasn't resulted in a touchdown. That one only for 7 yards, and brings up a 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers. 1 for 3 on 3rd down tonight. They hand it to J.D. Troutman on that right side, and I think he's going to be short by about a half yard.
I think they'll go for it. That was Mining carrying the ball. What do we got? We got a penalty?
Well, we'll see, or maybe
or a clock issue.
We have 5-yard face mask. Tonganoxie. The result will be 1st down.
Yeah, it was a penalty.
Yes, and that's a Dillon face mask.
The penalty is a 1st down for Paola.
I mean, it could be a costly one because that looked like it was going to be 4th and short upcoming. And instead, they just give him a few extra yards at the end, brings up 1st down. Logan to pass again, and he completes it. There to the near side, J.J. Crawford trying to get ahead of steam as he picks up the 1st down inside the 25 is where he goes, brought down by Jason Byrne. And the Panther offense again on the edge of the red zone.
Plays good enough for a Panther 1st down. First and 10 Panthers at the Chieftain 24.
Good solid play there.
Zion quarterback keeper there.
Number 10, Jasper Logan, the ball carrier for Paola. Brought down by number 6, Kendall Smith.
He got a nice gain on that, about 5 yards anyway. Maybe 6. 5.
4 yards, you say?
Looks more like that's a long 4.
Nearing the final minutes here in the 3rd quarter. Troutman in the backfield. Crawford on the motion. They give it to him. He got a big block on that edge by Troutman, and he's able to sneak away from some tacklers, gets close to that 1st down marker. Let's see. He needed to get right to the 15-yard line, and I think they're going to, again, call him about a yard shy.
With a yard to go, it's
Just a quick 3rd down and 6. Panthers trying to move quickly. And that time, like they got to the line.
I think Troutman just took the snap. Oh, I guess it was Logan. Troutman was pushing him, though, from behind.
Maybe like their own little tush push, if you will. Well, Logan not afraid in short yardage scenarios to get right under center and just take it himself. Something you don't see all too often anymore, the quarterback sneak. As they give the handoff here on the left side, angling out towards the pylon, he dives! Touchdown, Paola! Xander Mining takes it in for Paola.
Scored by number 2, Xander Mining.
And the X-Man able to punch it in for the Panthers. Back to a one-possession game here at Beatty Field.
The Chieftains need to answer here.
Next point try is good.
Your score, Chieftains 35, Panthers 28.
Something about Frontier League Sports Live Game of the Weeks and going down all the way to the end, potentially back to a one-score lead between the Chieftains and the Panthers.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
I know the advertisement there for Paola Vet Clinic, but really great people, Dr. Stoes and his team at Paola Vet Clinic, some of the best in the area. You can refer to them as your family's other doctors. They take good care of your pets and animals and are always there for you, whether it could be appointments during the week or staying after hours on weekends. Trust me, we know all about it. Highly recommend the folks over at Paola Vet Clinic. Meanwhile, 35-28 ball game here. 22 seconds still to go here in the third quarter, and it has been nothing but touchdowns so far. 3 drives for combined between these two teams, 3 touchdowns. Second one of the second half right there for the Panthers off the 15-yard touchdown run by Xander Mining, his first of the game. Bringing the Panthers back within 1. As he gets a running start into this return up on the far side, taken down near the 35-yard line. 16 seconds still to go. As we'll see the Chieftain offense back out there.
I think it's important for the Chieftains to answer again here. Still got a quarter to play. I noticed, partner, when T.J. Leeper came off, he was walking over to get him a drink, and he's had a slight limp going on, so hopefully he's okay.
And did not play in the game last week, held out with injury. Specifics we don't know. But yeah, one thing for sure, I know you could tell, watch him on the sideline of the game last week, he wanted to be out there, and he would be out there if he was able to be cleared. He was cleared for this week. He's a warrior. Him and Gavin Rhodes both, a pair of warriors out there for the Chieftains. 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Quarterback keep right up the middle. Talon Langford taking a couple of defenders with them.
Good run.
Gets a good carry there, about 7, potentially, maybe 8, depending on the spot. They will give him 8. 2nd and 2 upcoming on the nice run for Talon Langford. Having a good night, rushing with the legs. That takes him over 50 yards on the night. And that will take us to the fourth quarter. 4s are up here at Beatty Field and here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. It could come down to who has the ball last here.
Could.
35-28 Chieftains. A 7-point lead over the Paola Panthers in our Frontier League Sports Live Game of the Week.
Inviting, connecting, serving, and growing. That's Grounded Coffee House in downtown Tonganoxie. Enjoy the best cup of coffee in town 6 days a week and pair it with freshly made from scratch pastries, muffins, cinnamon rolls, and so much more. Plus, check out their beautiful event center, Grace Hall. Perfect for your next gathering, celebration, wedding, and party. All profits go towards local and international charitable projects and organizations. Drink local, support local at Grounded Coffee House. Place your order for dine-in or carry-out at groundedcoffeehouse.tonganoxie.org.
Hello, Four States. This is Jay Hatfield with the Jay Hatfield Auto Group. We've been serving the Four States area for over 29 years, and we now have 6 locations which offer Chevrolet, GMC, Ford, and Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Each of our locations is operated by a Jay Hatfield family member or managing partner. At Jay Hatfield, we're here to earn your business and trust. We have approximately 300 pre-owned and 300 new vehicles in stock or on their way, and we're making deals. Come see us at Jay Hatfield location today and let us make you part of the Jay Hatfield family.
Back live here, start of the fourth quarter. Chieftains working with a 7-point lead and working with the football right now. 2nd and 2 upcoming off the 8-yard run by Talon Langford. And he's going to keep it again, and he's going to pick up another first down, tripped up just shy of midfield.
Yeah, that was an empty backfield that time.
Talon Langford, the ball carrier for the Chieftains. Some of the plays good enough for a Chieftain first down. Ava Cates, please meet the administrators on the track. We have found your wallets. Ava Cates, please come to the track.
63 rushing yards now in the night for Talon, along with a pair of rushing touchdowns. He gives this one to Todd Brown. Look who's in the speed right up the near sideline. We'll see where they marked him out of bounds.
He got a good block there. That's good for about almost 9 yards.
Dan 9 brings up 2nd down and 1 Chieftains.
Empty backfield again.
First reception in the second half for Todd Brown. 5th overall in the night. And again, fake it. Look at all that space Talon had to work with. Picks up the first down and gets out of bounds. But again, he picked up the yardage that he needed. Moves the sticks for the Chieftains. Didn't need to get a whole lot there.
Some of the plays good enough for a Chieftain first down.
And Tonga not going to be opposed whatsoever to slowing things down a little bit here. Let's chew up some clock, working with that 7-point lead. Long, sustained drives that end in touchdowns. That is one of your favorite things to tell me every time we watch a football game.
Yeah, it's a recipe for success.
Chieftains have been doing a lot of things tonight that have been a recipe for success. They have it working right now with Talon Langford. This time, Panthers key in on it a little bit.
Talon Langford on the quarterback keeper.
Pair of Panthers able to get in there and trip him up before he can get too far.
Yeah.
Number 66, Luke Anderson.
Yeah, not much there.
Luke Anderson,
Maybe
number 66, the junior, also in.
Short yard.
Stop. Chieftains trying to hold on to this game. It would move the overall record for Preston Troyer to 10-6 against league opponents in his 3rd year as head coach. Coming up right now, just a little over 10 minutes away from reaching that milestone. Good solid run by Tanner Hand, working it to the near side on 1st and 10, and another great carry, about 7 or 8.
Yeah, that was a second down there, partner, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
Thank you. My eyes are full of me going back and forth between the chains and the scoreboard. They're a down or two behind each other sometimes.
They're struggling with that scoreboard.
Nonetheless, a good carry by Tanner Hand. That we can't confirm. They're down in 2. Talon Langford put on the boosters. Touchdown, Chieftains.
That's
his
what he
3rd
needed.
rushing touchdown.
Wow. Good job, Talon. You know, we talked about in those first 2 games, we wish they'd run Talon more. I think they hurt us.
Finally. They have it working. A 40-burger put up tonight by the Chieftains behind 3 rushing touchdowns for Talon Langford, his 2nd of the night from 31 yards out.
Wow. Have a night, Talon.
Extra point try for Lob. High snap, brought down by the hold.
It's good.
Sneaks it in on that left upright, and it is good. 42-28, Chieftains back on top of the Panthers.
Attention fans, get
have a night, indeed.
Yes.
Coming close on 100 yards rushing himself, 3 rushing touchdowns. I think he's coming for that Midwest Carpet Center Player of the Week honors.
Yeah, he's making a strong case for it right now.
We were given it last week, so if everyone was with us last week, the post-game show, Brothers Market post-game show where they treat you like family, ended abruptly. Well, they cut off our internet and everything at Lansing, so we didn't have a chance to get that out. But right when we were coming back, we were getting ready to give that honor, the Midwest Carpet Center Player of the Game, and it wasn't going to one specific player. Instead, it was going to a unit last week. You were giving it to the defense for that overall performance they had against the Lions, helping the Chieftains hold on to that 1-point win. The big play in that game, obviously, we talked about it there at the end. It was the big tackle at the goal line, or at the 1-yard line by Jacob Morenz that knocked the ball loose out of Mekhi Butler. Todd Brown was there to recover it.
Yeah, one of the parents had a good photo of that.
It was Kendall Smith's mom,
yeah,
right in front
Kendall's
of us.
mom, yeah.
They had a good picture of it, and it was clear as day.
That ball was out.
Hit from Morenz, ball was out.
It looked like Morenz put his helmet right on the ball.
He did, and that's exactly what you're supposed to do. They ended up winning the Chieftains the ball game. Razor-thin margin between
no question.
First win of the year versus third loss of the year. The Chieftains were able to see it through. As down goes it is just not your night with the monitor over there.
No.
We need a camera inside the booth. I'm gonna let you handle that over there for a moment. Chieftain offense will get back on the field. Excuse me, the Paola offense get back on the field. God, we're just monitor goes down and everything just gets out of rhythm. It gets out of sync. You gonna be okay over there?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Okay, sounds good. We'll make a note of that for next week when we're back here for homecoming festivities.
Technical difficulties.
First and 10 play. Keep Logan driven backwards. Mark Geiger coming down, putting the hammer down too. Jasper Logan nearly coming out of his cleats on that play.
Correction, number 3, Mark Geiger.
There we go. Tell you now, such a great team they are. They gave the credit to the tackle to somebody else, and they were indicating, no, it's Mark, number 3, Mark Geiger.
Yeah. Geiger's had a good game tonight, too.
And on top of that, a loss of 3 on the play. Logan gonna let it fly. Has a man off his fingertips again. Pichneko nearly brought it in. He got behind that Chieftain secondary. It looked like Jacob Morenz was the man in coverage.
Yeah.
And if Logan able to drop that just slightly better, you can't ask for a much better pass.
No, I think you got to catch that ball. It'd be interesting if the Chieftains are able to hold here, whether they'll go for it and risk the chance of giving the Chieftains a short field. I doubt that very seriously because they've been able to run the ball very effectively tonight.
Just the game that Pichneko has had. Nearly brought in another big hitter there. They're going to need one here on 3rd down and 13. Rolling out, errant pass, incomplete. Look out on the Tongi sideline. Good coverage. Mark Geiger and Jacob Morenz all over on this near sideline, and on comes the punt unit for the Panthers as they go 3 and out and don't gain any positive yards. Thanks again to that big 1st and 10 play in the backfield by Mark Geiger.
Another long drive here by the Chieftains. They'll put this one away.
In punt formation for the Panthers, number 1, J.D.
Troutman
Troutman.
on to punt it away, 9th time. We're getting ready to see this Chieftain offense on the field. Punt is away. Nobody back to return it for the Chieftains. Thankfully, it doesn't take a long Panther roll as they will pick it up at the Tonganoxie 36-yard line. Well, I think it's everybody and their mother probably knows what's coming here on this drive for the Chieftains. I think you can expect a lot more of A little bit of running on the ground with Talon Langford, Brady Martin, Tanner Hand, who see they want to get anybody else involved. Or maybe that's just exactly what they want you to think, and maybe we're going to see a big play kept up here to Todd Brown or somebody here on the near side. I don't know.
I think they're going to run the ball, partner.
I think it's pretty safe to say this is Tonganoxie Chieftain football after all. And there we go, right up the middle. Again, and when you can get close to about 4 yards a carry, that's the sweet spot of what you want to be every single time. And
3 times 4 is 12. When I went to school anyway.
Still is. Still is. Can't confirm. My calculator right here. Things looking mighty good for the Chieftains right now, up 42.
And they're going to burn clock now, which is a smart thing to do.
And just now 15 seconds and under and counting on the play clock right now, so they don't have to get one off until about 7.5 minutes. They're going to get one out here, and they're going to pass it. It takes a little bit to get there to Todd Brown, trying to use the speed to get around the edge right near that first down marker.
Depends on where he stepped out.
Yeah,
it's just going to be a little bit short. Yeah, he's going to be short by a yard.
Gain of 5 brings up 3rd and 1, Chieftains. From their own 45.
Now, he stepped out of bounds, so let's stop the clock.
Reception number 6 on the night for Todd Brown. I imagine he's got to be coming close to a varsity game high for him. Back to the ground with Tanner Hand, picks up the first down, tripped up shortly after.
Look at that blocked by T.J. Leeper downfield. He just put number 25 on his seat.
That's Maximus Jones on the receiving end of that bowl over block from T.J. Leeper. So former offensive lineman myself, I got to appreciate. Big fellas love getting up to that second level, finding those defensive backs and just running them down. They don't care if the play is slowing down 5 yards behind him or whatever. They're still, just in case if he comes out of that, I'm going to come up and make sure you're not a factor as we now dip under 7 minutes to go in this ball game. Panther might have came across early. They're still going to let the play go. Tanner Hand putting an arm into his lineman's back. Another good gain indeed. Another one of about 4.
Number 22, Tanner Hand, the ball carrier.
So this has been the carry so far in this second half for Tanner Hand. 6 yards, 18 yards, 8 yards, a 1 yard touchdown run. 8 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Still has a little bit of a ways to go. If they continue to feed the ball to him on this drive, if they can march it down close to the end zone, he can cap 100 yards on this game. We'll have to wait and see. Getting closer to 6 minutes. And again, keep it on the ground with Tanner Hand. And another great run on 2nd and 6. And he picks it up. Fresh set of downs to the Paola 40.
Crawford. This little play is good enough for a Chieftain first down.
Give him an extra yard to the Paola 39, so an 8 yard gain. Yeah, and you can really start to feel it right now. I mean, this is.
Chieftains are milking that clock.
And for everyone, after the game is done, internet willing, we will have our Brothers Market post-game show here on Tonganoxie Sports Side. They usually don't shut the internet off us on us here at home. Another carry, left side, Tanner Hand, breaking tackles, stiff arm. Look at him go near the 20-yard line.
I hope he stayed in bounds, I hope. Yeah, he stayed in bounds. It'll be under 5 minutes to play before the Chieftains run this next one.
Nearly 20 yards on that carry.
Wow. He has got to be getting close to 100.
He's getting there. Carry slung down. This time. Brady Martin.
Number 12, Brady Martin, the ball carrier for the Chieftains.
Another solid carry. Hey, it's just almost like a hot knife through butter right now.
Yeah,
This Chieftain run game.
Yeah, with another assist from Gavin Rhodes, he got behind him and was helping him out. God, you got to love that for the big guys.
For sure.
School grounds and head home as soon as possible after the game ends. Please contact your ride now so you will not have to wait. Thank you for your cooperation.
Good thing you're my ride tonight.
Under 4 minutes now. Brady Martin trying the right side there.
So yeah, now I've had some time to crunch some numbers here. Yeah, we're well beyond 100 yards for Tanner. 100,
thought so.
135.
Oh, yeah.
On the night.
Brady Martin, the ball carrier. Brought down by several.
A lot of it thanks to some big carries there at the end, especially that last one he had at 19 yards. That's earned him the breather. That was a huge part of officially putting him over there.
3 yards to go, third down from the Panther 13.
Well, they're going to have 2 downs to make 3 yards.
Yards per carry tonight for Tanner Hand at just over 5.5.
Well,
early movement here, and let the pointing commence.
Gavin slapping his helmet. He knew he.
There's 2 types of linemen whenever a flag like that happens. It's either point or own up to it. Just be, gosh darn it, let's get better next time. We now know which one is Gavin Rhodes. And a lot of respect for that, too. It can be hard sometimes knowing you made a mistake and just, and my bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they run it right behind him again.
They missed him dearly last week.
Oh, boy, did they.
Him and TJ Leeper both. They run on TJ's side. They're on the left. Talon Langford still letting him get carries in.
Number 4, Langford with the quarterback keeper.
I think that's going to bring up 4th down, though.
I would almost like to see a Cody Loud field goal attempt here because I just want to see what kind of range the young man has, but they're hurrying up to the ball and they're going to try to run it.
Yeah, hurry up.
Langford lowers the shoulder, gets it.
1st and goal coming up.
Just running through the defender of Hincheko again.
They punched this in this ball game.
Well, looks
over.
like we do have a flag down. Let's see. I think we are pretty well in the territory of
holding.
Game being over. And just a couple of Chieftain penalties here towards the end that'll drag this game out a little further. And that was on a 4th down conversion play, too.
No kidding. That's a killer there.
4th and 2 now becomes 4th and 12.
Yep. I still think they'll keep it on the ground here.
Tanner Hand back in the backfield. 2 receivers on the near side, Marins and Brown. Schmidt at the top. Schmidt without a reception.
No.
They look his way. Just a little over and incomplete.
That surprises me.
I was trying to work up the announcer's jinx there.
I know.
Trying to get him the ball. He was looking his way, just a little bit too high.
Well, you know, if you'd have kept that on the ground, you would have forced them to take a timeout. Clock stops on the change of possession.
Again, both teams still all 3 timeouts. 2 minutes, 8 seconds to go in the ball game, and
you got to feel pretty good if you're the Chieftains right now. You got a 2-score lead.
Yeah, 14-point lead, 42-28. Again, we have seen some really crazy things happen here. I mean, the only realistic chance if Paola's to have a shot here, they have to score on this play or the next play. It's got to be a big hitter, something where they have to score quickly.
Yeah, I'd like to see them. Well, they're gonna run Troutman. He's not gonna get very far. I thought they'd throw the ball.
Yeah, I think everybody in this stadium expects them to throw the ball.
Give JD a chance to break one there, but that cost him quite a few.
It cost them time,
seconds,
and it's cost them yardage too. Looks like they put him back, maybe a loss of 1 or no gain.
Lost a yard, yeah.
There's some interesting here. Logan again coming under center. 2 receivers split out. And this one behind and incomplete, looking on that far side to Jace Curley.
It brings up a 3rd and long. That does stop the clock.
With 11 yards to go, it's 3rd down.
Backwards by 1 on the first play, incompletion on the second. Brings up 3rd and 11, clock stopped, 1:28 seconds. Panthers down by 14. Need a prayer.
Yep. Yeah, if you're the Chieftains, you just got to keep them in front of you. Don't let those receivers get behind you. Give them some extra space. Play it safe.
Play action. Logan heaves it down the field. Incomplete. Kendall Smith was coming right down his face.
Here's the ball game right here. 4th and long.
Just pressure right up the middle from Kendall. There was no chance for Jasper to really settle in. And, yeah, this is it. 1:23 seconds. Hunter Neihart will substitute in on defense. Sure, some defensive backs will go back towards the line to gain right now. Chieftains a stop away from icing this game out. 4th and 11, back in the gun is Logan. He takes the snap, looking over to his left, gets rid of it, and nearly intercepted. Would have been the second of the game for Brady Martin. It goes down as a stop nonetheless. And the Chieftains 1:18 seconds away from Frontier League win number 1 and win number 2 on the season in back-to-back weeks.
It's turning raw down. 1st and 10 Chieftains.
So each team's back-to-back, turning it over on downs. So I imagine the Chieftains come out here, just take a couple of knees and call this ball game over, hopefully. No extracurriculars, no special, nothing like that happening after it winds down here tonight. But now it's a question of, if you're Mike Smith, do you still burn your timeouts just to burn them, or Chieftains still going to run a play here, and it's going to be Tanner Hand, and 135 yards and counting on the night. So we'll get a few more there.
Tanner Hand, the ball carrier for the Chieftains.
At 141 on the night now for Tanner.
They could just take a knee now if they wanted to.
Coach Smith taking the headset off on the other side. Teams starting to congregate over to the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
Victory formation here for the Chieftains. You can finally put the monitor down. It's been a good atmosphere tonight. We had a great game for the most part. Chieftains came out in the second half, saw the Panthers go right down the field and score, making a one-possession game. And the Chieftain offense red hot tonight. They get the win at home against the Paola Panthers, 42-28.
Had a good game of the week, partner.
Yes, we did. This was the 24th all-time meeting between these two teams. Tongi will now lead the all-time series 13-10 and have taken the last 4 against the Panthers. As zeros officially on the scoreboard.
Panthers are being very good sports about it, too.
For sure.
Showing a lot of sportsmanship.
A well-coached team and a lot of great athletes over at Paola and under head coach Mike Smith. A much better game-ending handshake line than there was a week ago. A lot less animosity.
Yeah.
Thankfully for that. We now go into the Brothers Market postgame show, but first we're going to take a look at what's coming up on Tonganoxie Sports Live, and over on our website, varsitysportslive.com, is where you can watch all of these Tonganoxie broadcasts. We're going to be back at it this upcoming Tuesday here at home, our first volleyball broadcast of the year, home against Baldwin. And we'll be back here a week from tonight at Beatty Field as the Chieftains will host the Bonner Springs Braves. It's the homecoming game, as the Chieftains will look to move to 3-2 on the year before our next broadcast after that on the road at Baser and Linwood, and then more volleyball coming up October 15th back here at home against the Spring Hill Broncos.
Student section rushes the field.
Now into the Brothers Market postgame show. You can check out their weekly ads and specials in store on their website, shopbrothersmarket.com. Brothers Market, where they treat you like family. And, partner, we were treated for a good game for the most part. And even after that, when it was well said and done, we were treated to a very nice overall Tonganoxie Chieftain football performance.
Yeah, no question about it. I think you got to feel really good if you're Coach Troyer about how the squad responded this week.
The Panthers will now drop to 0-4 on the season. Chieftains now move to 2-2. Wins last week at Lansing and now here tonight against Paola. They'll look to make it 3 in a row here a week from now. Shutting the lights off on us. That was Mr. Gilner, Tonganoxie legend.
You got to love it. A.K.A. Santa Claus.
A.K.A. Santa Claus. Love Gilner here. Love everybody here in the Tonganoxie community. We're going to step aside. We're going to have more coming up here in the Brothers Market postgame show here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Chieftains win 42-28 in our Week 4 Frontier League Sports Live Game of the Week.
Is Coach Troyer
Shop
coming up?
local and save at Brothers Market in Tonganoxie, where we treat you like family.
I think he's
Brothers
coming
Market has great everyday deals throughout the store. Enjoy fresh cut steaks from the meat department, the freshest fruits and vegetables from the produce aisle, and savor the flavors from the bakery. Check out their weekly ad to get the best deals on what you need. From apples to aspirin, Cool Whip to cool crisp lettuce. Brothers Market, open daily. Learn more at shopbrothersmarket.com.
Coach. Thank you. So we're now back here, the Brothers Market postgame show. I don't know why we have a black screen here, but nonetheless, Coach, I know that people can still hear us here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. A big win tonight, 42-28 here at home. I know we talked earlier in the week about it was great to get that win last week. There was still a lot of room for improvement. Tell me about what you saw from your team tonight.
Oh, man,
42-28 win.
Our offense, finally, we needed it, Thought I was going to have to fire the offensive coordinator there for a while, but we pulled it through. The kids pulled us through, and they, the O-line, having TJ and Rhodes back was huge. They just road graded all night. Talon throwing the ball all over the place, making plays. I mean, it was fun to watch. They did a heck of a job.
And throwing the ball really well, rushing the ball really well as well. 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 of them from 30-plus yards. Talk about the rushing performance tonight from just this offensive.
Yeah, I mean, we knew he had it in him. We've had design runs for him all year. Sometimes it's been a couple years since he got to play, and he just needed that confidence. And so once he took off and saw that, I can still do this, like, it was on from there. And he was honestly, that his last touchdown, we didn't even call that. That was 100% his pulling the ball and getting out on the perimeter. So it was great to watch him. I'm hoping he just builds off it from here.
Yeah, building off it, I think that's something that this whole entire team is going to do. Drastic change from the first 2 weeks of the season to now the last 2 weeks that you guys have had. The one-point win on the road last week, and now a blowout here at home. You guys host Bonner Springs, homecoming game, looking to make it 3 wins in a row. Just kind of preview that matchup for us next week.
Yeah, I haven't got much to look at them yet. We just take it one day at a time. So we'll enjoy this win tonight. We'll make our corrections tomorrow morning, and then about 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll start preparing for Bonner. So it's always going to be a tough test in the Frontier. So we're just going to be ready for the challenge.
Looking forward to it, Coach. Again, thank you for the time tonight. Thank you for the time earlier in the week with our interview.
Yeah, no problem.
We'll see you next Friday.
See ya.
Again, head coach Preston Troyer of the Tonganoxie Chieftains. Very appreciative of him coming up and taking the time with us here in the Brothers Market post-game show, sharing some very kind words with us. And, I mean, again, that was the bulk of what we talked about in our interview early this week, was about how this offense can take the next step. The defense still came out. They did what they did. Yeah. They gave us some big plays here and there, but I think, you still have to be pleased with the way the defense played. Because overall, they had a few plays here and there. They had one big run from J.D. Troutman. They had a couple of big catches from Alexander Pacheco that he just torched them 3 receptions. He had 2 touchdowns, one from 52 yards, the other from 25 yards. But, I mean, outside of that, the pass rush got in the backfield, a couple of sacks on Jasper Logan tonight, one for Tucker McGuire, the other one for Kendall Smith. Almost 2 interceptions on the night for Brady Martin. He got one. He nearly had one at the end in the fourth quarter as well. And this offense has seemed to unlock something now with a rushing attack with Talon Langford, as he got close to 100 yards on the night. 141 yards total on the evening for Tanner Hand. And I'm hoping, is that the Royals score you got in your phone right now? Okay, so that's a positive. So I don't know what the score at the Royals game is, but we do know the Twins, they lost. Okay, Royals lost 3-0. So, yeah, and that's Brendan Bolin. You heard in the background. So for any Royals fans that are still listening along here, Twins losing 7-0 to the Orioles. If the Orioles hold on to that and the Twins lose, the Royals will officially be in the postseason here in 2024.
That's awesome.
Nearly 10 years to the day where they clinched their spot in the postseason on the first World Series run when they defeated the Chicago White Sox. So, again, awesome. Glad we had Coach Schroyer up here. Still need to take a break here, give our sponsors some love. We'll be back with more here in the Brothers Market postgame show on Tonganoxie Sports Live.
I was hoping to talk to someone about updating my insurance policy.
I am able to understand complete sentences.
That was a complete sentence?
I didn't understand that.
Can I just talk to a person?
No one talks to humans anymore.
Sometimes humans are just more helpful.
I hear you. Why don't we review your coverage with a super check?
Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Contact Farm Bureau agent Tex Vandervoort in Tonganoxie today.
Community minded and community strong. That's what you get at Community National Bank in Tonganoxie. Community National offers big city amenities with the personalization of a small town bank. They make banking easy with a 24-hour on-site ATM and mobile app that allows you to bank from anywhere. They offer great options on loans, checking and savings accounts, CDs, safety deposit boxes, and more. Stop by and let their friendly staff serve you at 231 North Main Street in Tonganoxie. Community National Bank, proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics. Member FDIC.
Tonganoxie is the ideal location to start a business. That's why the Tonganoxie Business Association has strived towards a common goal of adding value to businesses and the community since 2015. They assist in providing improved services for customers and visitors, encouraging and enhancing businesses, and preserving historical and cultural assets. Follow them on Instagram for the latest and upcoming event information and become a member today by visiting their website, TonganoxieBusinessAssociation.com. Proud supporters of Chieftain Athletics.
The same look and location of a classic drugstore with the services and supplies of a modern pharmacy. That's what you'll find at the Downtown Drug Store in Tonganoxie. Of course, Downtown Drug is the local choice for your prescriptions and health needs, but did you know they have the best selection of Tonganoxie Pride and Chieftain Game Day gear in town? And a whole lot more. Cards, gifts, home decor, and even the best way to satisfy that sweet tooth. The Downtown Drug Store. Call 913-369-3800 or visit them online at thedowntowndrugstore.com.
And back at Beatty Field, everyone's starting to make their way off. We can probably just move the camera over here to the end zone or to the field house. But yeah, we had a great crowd on hand here tonight. It was a great atmosphere. And it's going to be even better next week with homecoming and stuff. So, and as always, so we're going to be here early. We always get here early, set up, and we plan on the coronation ceremony beforehand. We plan on airing that for you guys. I'm hoping to get the drone back out here, so maybe we can get some drone footage during that as well. So we'll see who is crowned homecoming king, homecoming queen, and of course we'll have the entirety of the homecoming game as the Chieftains will host the Bonner Springs Braves as they'll look to make it back-to-back wins in Frontier League action. I apologize for the screen keep blacking out a little bit there. We get picture back. I think it was when your monitor shut down earlier. I think it gave it a little bit of a fit earlier.
Yeah.
It's okay, though. Very good. Again, huge shout-out to Preston Troyer, head coach of the Tonganoxie Chieftains, coming up, taking time to talk with us after the game. And now I'm sure he's down there. One of the great traditions they have here, and I'm sure you parents probably heard us a lot, but they like to get in the locker after the games and they count it down. So however many points they score on offense, it's a big party, it's a big mosh pit, and they count it down in the locker room. So they got 42 tonight, so it's going to be a party inside there. But let's talk about this win. 42-28 tonight. Chieftains take it from the Panthers, and just about everything we said we needed to see continue to improve, did that, and then some.
Yeah, I think it was talent. Langford's coming out party tonight, to be honest with you, partner. As Coach Troyer said, he's just gaining in confidence every week, and we saw it tonight. He's just he's a man on a mission.
And I'll turn this over to you while I tally up a couple other things.
Okay.
Our player of the game brought to you by Midwest Carpet Center. They have all your carpet and flooring needs with professional quality and great prices, family-owned and operated. Stop by and see them today in downtown Tonganoxie or visit their website, MidwestCarpetCenter.com, to learn more.
I think we have to give it to Talon Langford tonight. He rushed for 3 touchdowns, didn't he? And had 3 touchdowns, and I think he had close to 100 yards rushing.
So I'm tallying that up right now.
So he's my player of the game for the Chieftains. I also like to give a big shout out to the big guys there, T.J. Leeper and Gavin Rhodes. I'm telling you what, they were running behind those two all night long, and those guys were just road grading, like Coach Troyer said. And,
everybody. So from left to right, that's T.J. Leeper, Cale Dye, Zach Fisher at center,
Yeah.
Gavin Rhodes at right guard, and Tucker McGuire at right tackle. And, the front five had a phenomenal night. Elijah Holthouse and Kendall Smith coming on as attached tight ends to the line, too, when we see that student body package that they brought in.
Yeah.
They did great as well. Tanner Hand, Brady Martin, Talon Langford, all of them had wide running lanes tonight. So for Talon, here's his final totals for the night through passing 8 of 12, 102 yards and a touchdown pass.
Wow.
Rushing 10 carries, 102 yards, 3 touchdowns. Now, again, I stress, these are not official final stats. I'm not the official scorekeeper. But my notes are very, very, very close.
Yeah.
They're very, very close. They might be off by a yard or two here and there, but nonetheless, a spectacular performance.
Yeah, it'd be
tonight.
interesting to know what his QBR is.
It's going to take a huge jump up after tonight.
Yeah.
Going to take a huge jump after tonight. And I liked how you said it was like a coming out party for Talon, because we heard a lot about it last year, about this is potentially what the quarterback play could have looked like last year. Trevor McGraw stepped in, phenomenal season.
Yes, he did.
Of course. Everyone was excited about Talon Langford. He has the knee injury. He sits out. Then he comes back. I think it was a little bit of knocking the rust off, getting back into the groove of playing varsity football for the first time in 2 years. We saw him go through those ups and downs through the first 2 weeks of the season. He started to find his stride last week at Lansing, and I think tonight you're exactly right. With the arm, with the legs, he has it all officially put together.
Yeah, no question about it.
And it's going to possibly be even better as they host Bonner Springs next week, which, again, we're down big at Lewisburg. And I believe they are still being shut out right now, where Lewisburg has the running clock on right there. So they're going to be facing a winless 0-4 Bonner Springs team in the middle of just a really, really down season for Bonner Springs High School. So, it's still you never want to overlook an opponent.
No, you
because
sure don't.
This kind of falls into the area of a trap game, like you and I like to call them. Because you have Bonner here. You're coming off a big win at home against Paola. You got Bonner. You got the homecoming festivities and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was always a point of emphasis throughout the week of staying focused, staying concentrated, don't get caught up in all the festivities, and get ready to play football. And then on the other side, you go on the road up the highway here at Baser and Linwood.
Yeah.
So Bonner Springs has the makings of a potential trap game for the Chieftains. With that being said, they are a well-coached team behind Preston Troyer, Coach Vaughn, and the rest of the staff. I think they're going to be okay. I expect them to win big at home next week. But
I do too, partner.
But this was the game we needed to see from the Tonganoxie Chieftains, because it was one thing to go out. We saw it last week. There was still offense was scoreless in the second half, and defense almost gave it away there at the end. Almost. They saved it at the same time. So I don't want to try to put any blame on the defense that's been playing so well, but it just felt like through all 4 quarters tonight, they really played some great football.
Yeah, they were in control all night long. I never really felt like – well, when Paola scored in their first drive in the second half, I thought, the Chieftains need to answer that to make sure that we don't have a tight game here at the end. So they were able to do that, keep them off the scoreboard, match them when they needed to, and came out with a really – really nice win.
And of all those 8 completions, 6 of them going to Todd Brown. That's got to be either tied or that sets a new record for most receptions in a single game for him. 6 receptions, 58 yards, and then Jacob Murren's 2 receptions, 43 yards. He had the lone touchdown from Talon, and that was on that double move that he had.
Yeah.
They broke Xander Mining. They were targeting him often in this game. They knew they had a mismatch in there, whether if he was on Todd Brown, if it was Jacob Marin's, which it did not matter. They were targeting him no matter who he was covering. Jacob Marin's able to break through and get his first varsity touchdown of his career. So it was congratulations to him. So let's just take a look again at what's coming up here for the Chieftains. We already mentioned it. They're going to be back here at home a week from now against Bonner Springs, and at Basehor Linwood on the road at Eudora the week after that, and then they'll be back at home for senior night October 25th against the Ottawa Cyclones, which there's still some time here. If there's some chaos that happens at the top half.
Yeah, you never know.
And I say that, and I'm trying to pull up some scores because I know Spring Hill was trailing in that game against Piper, and that could be huge. If the Chieftains win and the Spring Hill Broncos lose, that could be a potentially huge get for Tonganoxie as far as maybe trying to climb up later on in the season in the standings. So let's see if we can get some final scores in here real quick. Again, these are a wrap-up of our area matchups brought to you by Wizard of Paws earlier in the night, and it looks like we had yet another close game. It went all the way down to the end. Did we have another overtime game? No, it looks like Spring Hill, I believe they pulled it off in the end. I think it looks like they won it 20-13 with 8 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. So Spring Hill almost suffer an upset at home, but they were able to hold on and defeat the Piper Pirates. And now I'm going to check out that Eudora game when they took on the Ottawa Cyclones. That game has also been final for quite a bit now. And so this looks like it's a big win on the road potentially for the Cardinals. I see a 24-21 lead. Final seconds, and how about that for upset on the road? Cardinals 24, Cyclones 21.
Wow.
So a big win on the road for Eudora. So there's quite a lot that happened here tonight. And we'll see again. Lewisburg got the win against Bonner Springs, so that wrapped up the way it should. So, well, partner, any final words before we sign off here on the Brothers Market postgame show?
A beautiful night for football, Friday Night Lights. Wouldn't want to spend it with anybody else.
Yeah, right back at you. And again, want to give a special thank you to all of our tremendous sponsors here on Tonganoxie Sports Live. That graphic continues to get bigger and bigger every single year. I love it. We could not provide our coverage here at Tonganoxie Sports Live without the tremendous support and backing of all of our fantastic sponsors here on Tonganoxie Sports Live and across our Varsity Sports Live network. Again, check out the new episode of Frontier League Sports Live, our Week 5 game of the week. It's going to be the Eudora Cardinals coming off that big win on the road at Ottawa, hosting the Lewisburg Wildcats, a big win at home against Bonner Springs. So that's shaping up to be another good matchup. Be sure to catch my interviews with Coach Drew Harding of the Wildcats and Coach Drew Steffen of the Cardinals as we break down that matchup. We're going to recap all the action that happened this week, all that and more coming up Monday night on Varsity Sports Live and varsitysportslive.com in the Frontier League Sports Live show. And alongside Dennis Drennan and all the fantastic people here at Tonganoxie High School, Cody Witt, the principal, Josie Eastis, the athletic director, Dennis Drennan, my broadcast partner tonight. Wouldn't want to do this with anybody else. I'm Dylan Funk signing off. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. Chieftains win big at home against the Paola Panthers, and we will see you coming up on Tuesday inside Chieftain Arena. Chieftain Volleyball will be coming up next time here on your home of the Chieftains, Tonganoxie Sports Live.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.